Welcome to session 30. So
Woo!
previously, you traveled deep into the caves beneath the Watchtower ruins to find a large chamber with hot springs, noxious vents, and a magic door. At the door, a statue demanded that you give up the red goblet. In exchange, the door would be opened. Beyond the door, you found truly massive caverns, a river, and a mushroom forest, where the mushrooms are the size of trees. You found another group of humanoids chopping at the mushroom trees and gathering the meat. With Conglomerate's help, you communicated with the Skedi, the natives that live in the massive caverns. Afterward, you continued to travel through the caves, but were ambushed by giant spiders and other giant insects. After losing another two party members, bringing you down to half strength, you decided to retreat. The survivors made their way back to Cepesus to find another strange situation. It appears that the plan against the Proxilus family was foiled, but that the Punk Pantheon was involved and made contact with you. You spent time at the inn drinking and eating. You talked to the Praxis family. You visited the Halakis Athena to receive payment. Cyclonin became impatient and left in the afternoon to start traveling towards the Oracle. On the way, he talked to a family at the bridge, stayed at the watchtower, and then continued on his way. Meanwhile, the rest of the group stayed in Cepesus, leaving the next morning. As we begin, Cyclonin has received a prophecy from the Oracle, and the rest of the group has just finished eating lunch at the Cepesus watchtower. So I'll go ahead and take you to the map. So first we'll go ahead and visit the group at the watchtower because Conglomerate, you've just kind of come out of your stupor and you realize that you're in the watchtower and you haven't been paying a lot of attention. Um, so, what do you have anything to ask or talk to the group about before you guys move on?
Um, oh hey, we're here now. What's going
Haha.
on with that? What's our plan? What are we gonna do going forward?
Oh, you don't know?
He wasn't here. This is a discussion he has with you guys. I was
You
talking
don't
about
know?
it.
No, I think that was in character.
Yeah.
No. What's going on?
Oh. Well, Cyclonan's gone. Forever.
Yeah,
Oh,
he just
Yeah.
disappeared on his own.
interesting. He does that sometimes.
Yeah, he do that sometimes.
Somebody needs to lecture him about team cohesion.
I know, right? Maybe the leader, the party leader,
Yeah.
shall do that when he returns. If
Okay,
he
good.
returns. If he dares.
He dare not face the greatest warrior of his generation.
Yeah, truly. His age is, I think,
Wait,
the
didn't
Specific
something
age.
happen that changed your age and therefore
Yeah, I am
changed?
still the greatest warrior of my age. I'm just
Oh, okay.
5 years older now or something. I don't know how many years.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I grew
the
wiser while you were in your drunken stupor for the last 2 days.
So
He
you
grew
got
older.
5?
I think it was 10 years. He
Wiser.
grew
We like to say
older,
wiser.
but
It's more.
I hesitate to say wiser.
Still the strongest warrior of my
What did
age.
you do with your 10 years?
I don't remember what happened again.
I don't know.
It took about 30 seconds, so I didn't do much.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
was some sort of effect. I forget if it was a chaos effect or if it was something else in. Oh no, I think
Like
it was
a-
an effect in game. It was one of the creatures, perhaps. I don't remember exactly.
I want to say it was a creature.
That's
Yeah.
horrifying. The creature just ages you. Ugh.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
good
it was
thing
Yeah.
one of its attacks when it was kind of pulling out life force, and it ages in the process.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, you still look pretty young. I think
I've
you
still
a couple
got it.
more years left in you.
You know what we're actually doing is we're heading to the Oracle. We are meeting Cyclone in there. I decided to let you have your little fun, but now it's just getting embarrassing.
So why did Cyclonin leave?
He had questions he needed answers to. He couldn't wait a few hours, I guess.
So what if we get jumped by the punk pantheon? You think about that? No.
He
Alright.
did,
Clearly,
I
he
guess.
didn't.
Alright.
He thought of it about probably maybe 30 seconds and said, I do what I want.
Oh,
Yeah, pretty much.
very mature.
Truly.
All right. Well, I guess
He
we just
never
gotta.
died.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can feel that much. So. All right. Let's go find him. I guess.
We are heading to the Oracle. So,
Hello?
Huh? Oh God! It's the punk pantheon.
we are also
We got him!
we are also going to the Oracle to return the scrolls we took, and then gain access to the spell library.
Oh, sure. Okay, that makes sense. That could give us some fighting edge. I like that.
And we have an idea about the pantheon of specific
Mhm.
spells.
He's running away, guys. Catch up. Can you say that again? I'm super sorry. I couldn't
Oh,
hear you.
sorry. Can you guys hear me?
You like
audio
are
crap
cutting
back?
I can hear
it.
you right now.
First you cut it in and out, and then you were getting quieter.
All right, sorry. Specifically, there's a few spells that we think might help us
Oh, man.
with freedom of movement until we can catch the pantheon.
He keeps running away. Stop leaving me. All right, I think I get it though. There's spells we can use. Let's hit the road, or is there something we have to do in the
Well,
watchtower
before you hit the
first?
road, we're gonna
Nope.
switch over to Cyclonin to see what he's doing. But before we do that, Tyler, the effect we're getting is you'll start out, fairly clear and unaudible, and then you'll drop off as you're talking, almost like you're moving away from the microphone or something. That's why people keep making that kind of joke.
Okay. Let me try and adjust my sensitivity or something because my mic is strapped to my face. It's not going
Hmm.
anywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not actually moving away, but that's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Meantime, Cyclonin, you got your audience with the Oracle, and were you gonna wait for the group back in the library, or were you gonna head back to the inn, or you can do something else?
My understanding with the timing was basically that I had just sat down to start doing research and stuff when cutting to everybody else. So
Okay, so you're still doing that. Okay, great. All right. So what kind of research? What are you looking for?
I guess mainly stuff about the recent history of this island.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a history check, and then so you'll spend some time doing that. So I'll tell you what you find later, but you can go ahead and give me the history check now. All right. So you got an 8. But one thing you do realize is that there's a lot of information in the library, but you're having trouble figuring out how it's organized. So that's definitely slowing you down, and you're getting a lot of information that you don't find very interesting. But you do find bits and pieces here and there.
You Dewey Decimal System.
All right, so back to Judge and friends. So you guys have finished your lunch. You've had your discussion with Sebastian regarding how he learned about the nymphs. So what's your next step?
Oh, weren't we gonna go ahead and leave? Start
Yeah,
heading.
it's only. It should be only 4 hours. We should arrive there by dinner time.
Okay. Yep. So you guys, there's no expedition right now. Or sorry, there's no pilgrimage right now because that starts in the morning. So you're kind of off on on your own. But it's very clear which road kind of leads that direction. So you start heading along, and after traveling for, let's see, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, for about an hour. You're kind of traveling along the road, and you see a couple of people kind of heading your direction. They seem to just be normal towns, normal people. However, there's also a single armed guard or military person with them. So they kind of heading towards you as you're heading down the road, and the guard kind of waves at you, and everybody else seems to be absorbed in whatever they're thinking about. So, what do you do?
Is he waving to like flag us down, or is he waving just to be friendly?
It just looks like a cordial wave.
Would simply
Wave back, I guess.
Okay.
Keep moving.
So you wave back, and you continue, and eventually, after climbing up the steep mountainside, you eventually arrive at the Oracle. And let's see, you start at 1, so it'd be 5 by the time you get there. Anyway, so as you arrive, you can see you see the facilities. There's the inn. You can see people kind of milling about. There's a couple of temples, and one of the female guards with an eye on their tabard walks up and kind of bows your direction. And she looks at each of you and says, one of you calls themselves Judge, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, that's Judge.
Please, you and your companions follow me. The Oracle has been waiting for you. And she leads you up the steps, up the mountainside, and I will take you to the map. Oracle. Alright, I am missing somebody, so let me
I think it might be me.
There you go.
Yay.
Okay, so everybody see the map. So once you get to this point, the guard kind of points down the road and says, you've been here before, just follow the path.
All right.
Alright, so meanwhile, alright, so as you get closer, you can see the opening, as you can see the patio, the covered patio with the columns. As you arrive, you see one of the guards standing in front of the stairs, and she bows her head slightly in your direction, and she says, "Please, before you see the Oracle, refresh yourselves." And she gestures at the pool of water and steps out of the way.
Thank you.
To the pool.
As you arrive, those of you who are magically inclined, which I think is all of you, to some degree, you notice that there is a hint of magic in the pool that wasn't there before. You can see a sort of soft glow coming from the pool of water, and you can feel a small amount of energy coming off of it. And this certainly wasn't here last time you were in the area.
Judge will very quickly. There's nobody who can see him around here in this little corner, right? Well, except for Conglomerate, that don't.
Yeah, you're behind the wall, so true enough.
He's going to go ahead and cast a minor illusion real quick, just to make kind of like a black sheet, and then he is going to change into his proper robes, cantrip, clean himself, and then go splash water on his face or whatever.
Okay.
Just
Fair
to make
enough.
sure he's presentable.
So you clean yourself, and the water is refreshing, and minor cuts and bruises that you've undoubtedly accrued as you were traveling up the mountain. The water seems to soothe them. All right. So, Cyclonin, you probably you heard the voices, obviously, and you heard all the hubbub, but you can't see anybody other than the guards from where you're at. So, are you gonna come out, or are you gonna go back to your research, or something else?
I'm gonna wait a bit.
Okay, you wait. All right, so everyone, you clean yourself. So let me go ahead and advance a bit. So after Antavros and Conglomerate, you're actually bathing in the water?
Oh, totally.
Is that not what they said?
You see the guard, kind of one of the guards, kind of looking at you too. She's not moving in to stop you, but she kind of has a sour look on her face.
Oopsies. He said freshen up. Pool.
Yeah, it's literally a pool.
Pool.
It's a pool.
If they didn't want me in the middle, why would they have space for me to fit in the middle?
Do you jump in every fountain?
I mean, only if they're clean or have shiny bits in the bottom.
Well, this one isn't going to
Well.
be clean or shiny anymore.
Well, all right, fine.
All right. So after refreshing yourselves, what do you do next?
I guess we can go back in, yeah?
Yeah.
Can we talk to a lady?
Tavros, as you come around the corner, you notice that Cyclonin is standing there at the top of the stairs.
No, this guy.
That's
Hey,
the cat!
where do you get off, huh?
Tell him,
you
team leader,
finally
tell him.
arrived.
Talk to him.
What is wrong with you? You just leave the party.
Wait a minute, Conglomerate. Why are you talking to Tavros as if he is a leader? Are you not the one in command?
Oh, definitely not. I'm not smart enough.
I'm
or
the
wise
party
enough.
leader, and I need to have a stern talking with you, young man.
Oh, yeah.
You let Tavros put you down like that, huh?
I always
Okay.
was the party leader. As the oldest and wisest of the party, and the strongest, I asserted myself, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Now that you mention it, you do look a little older and more decrepit.
Yeah, I gained some wisdom.
I
Okay.
gained some wisdom.
I'm wiser now.
He has
I
widened.
would wager that the Oracle would disagree.
Hmm. What are you doing?
Yeah, why did you come all the way out here? I mean, I guess you had questions, but why didn't you just walk with the rest of us?
He thinks he's better than us.
True.
It is too important to wait.
Mm-hmm.
What does that even mean? Stop being so cryptic.
And it does affect all of us.
Well, yeah, clearly it affects all of us. You skipped town. We have to come chase you.
That is not of what I speak.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess.
Now,
we'll
did you
stop
come all
at
this
that.
way to stand outside?
No, I'm coming in. Don't worry about it.
All right, then what is of you speak?
So the guards are just letting us into the library, or they?
Yeah, the guards aren't stopping you. They're letting you in.
Can we talk it around that weird old guy smoking a cigar?
You noticed another guard kind of walked up. You can see her approach, and she says, "When you're ready to see the Oracle, please approach. Until then, I will wait for you here." So Judge approaches. What's everybody else doing?
I'm waiting to hear. Okay, Cyclonin doesn't want to talk about what he has to talk about. Okay, never mind. Yep, we're approaching.
Well, perhaps you should hear the wisdom of the Oracle first.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. You're gonna roast me again. Tell me. I
Is
can't do
Sebastian
it.
just hanging out at the front of the spot while we're at the Oracle?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I actually forgot about Sebastian. So basically, when you guys were invited, he was not invited. So they directed him to go into the inn, where last time you saw him, he was ordering a drink.
We better not be smashed when we get out.
As long as he doesn't have like bread again, I think we should be good.
Maybe
As
you
long
need
as
to
you
check
have
those
what?
free options.
Oh, sorry. Doesn't he like eat himself like like does he just doesn't stop
He
eating?
nervous eats. Yes, he
Yeah.
stress eats.
So I was like, as long as he doesn't order the bread, I think we'll be all right.
I don't know. Do you want to deal with a drunk, college kid, essentially?
That's your follower. You get to have fun with that.
I'll
Follow
destroy
me.
his buzz.
So as everybody enters and you notice the large display of the planets and in the area, you notice that everything is moving just a little bit smoother than you remember before. It looks less mechanical, despite the gears.
Interesting.
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 Which one of these is supposed to be us again? Which one of these balls are we on?
And the guard eventually gets to the oracle, and she says, "Please approach." And then she walks away. The oracle sees you arrive, and she looks at you, Judge, and she says, "So approach and show me the results of your trial."
Judge walks up and very courteously pulls some scrolls out of his robes and presents them to
She takes them, and then a guard kind of walks up, and she hands them to her, and then she kind of leaves. Um, and then she says, "Very well. You have done well on your trial, and you have gone through much hardship. And so the Forbidden Library will be open to you, but under a few provisions. One, you are not you will not see the path to the library itself. You will head up those stairs. She points up this direction, and pass the the sunburst on the floor and up another set of stairs. And a guard will be waiting for you, who will blindfold you. Then you will be taken to the library, and once you wish to return, the process will happen in reverse. The Forbidden Library can be accessed 3 days a week for 6 hours a day. Unfortunately, the materials of your craft do not come for free. It is part of the trial that you must be charged. And so, and she basically gives you some cryptic arcane information in meta terms. Basically, it costs 50 Mithna in materials and 2 hours in order to per spell level to transcribe a spell. A spell that has been partially transcribed can be finished the next day. So if something, for example, takes 4 hours and you only have 2 left, you can do 2, and then the next day do 2 more.
Is it? Did you say 2 hours per spell level?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then to copy a scroll, unfortunately, it's actually the same rules. The difference is with the scroll, because once you use a scroll, it burns away. You actually have to make a skill check. So it's actually safer to transcribe from essentially spell scroll or spell books which are still scrolls in this world, but they're not the same kind of scroll. Anyway, it's safer to transcribe from that because the idea is you can try multiple times, you can make mistakes, and the original material doesn't just burst into flames. So generally, you'll want to go with the first method first. But if you do copy from a spell scroll, then it's an Arcana check. The DC is 10 plus the spell level that you're trying to copy. So like a DC 14 if it's a 4th level spell. Okay, so yeah, that covers that. And then, before moving on, she says, as you can no doubt tell, I have been seeing visions once again, but the power is coming from another source, a source more vast and older than Keranos. And so you've no doubt seen the effects, the pool, and the various other signs throughout this place. And I have given a message, a prophecy, if you will, to your ally. But I sense among you a schism that is formed. And so, until that schism is rectified, you are lost, and seeking out your enemies will most likely lead to doom. And then she stands there for a moment, and then looks at you. Do you have any further questions before we take you to the library?
Can we? I want to ask her if she's ever met one of the other pantheons, or at least the pantheon that has challenged us.
You speak of the enemy. Yes, I know something of them, but what I am permitted to say is limited. And she seems to think for a moment. Is it here? She seems to think for a moment, and then she says, the pantheon which now sees you as their enemy and you see them is called the Pexenar. There are half a dozen of them. Among them are those that are strong in the arcane crafts, those who are strong in the martial world, and one who has, despite their actions, achieved inner peace, and another who skulks in the shadows.
Oh man.
They are as yet, they hold more power than you do, but not by much. Their biggest strength is their unity, which I fear you lack. And then she stops, and then she seems to be waiting.
The mechanism and the pool, and you're receiving visions again. Is this because one of the pantheons here in this place, one of the fallen, have actually been wiped?
More than one, yes. But that is not the reason why. The reason is that those above the gods of this world have now made contact.
Were they not among the fallen?
Those above the gods.
Oh. Big guys.
Do you have any other questions?
not have any at this moment. I just need a moment to prepare with my.
I can't hear you if you're talking.
I have no more questions at this moment. Should anybody else, please feel free. I just need a moment to prepare with my Pantheon before I go to the library. Thank you.
Of course. Please return to the library to speak as long as you wish.
Thank you. Judge is gonna kind of come over to the group here, and okay, I'm going to see what I can get out of the library to help us, but it is still going to cost Mithna, and I have some Mithna. I will spend everything I have on me first, but if I could borrow a few Mithna from each of you, that would be a great help in case, and I can give whatever I have left back.
Yeah, let me look at how much monies I have.
Spend much money.
Oh, I think I have a lot of money actually. How much is it? Does it cost to do the stuff?
It's gonna cost like 150 per spell.
And that's just regular Mythnos?
Yeah,
How
gold
much?
Mithna are like platinum pieces. So
Yeah, they're 100 Mythna per gold, right?
No, it's 10.
It's 10,
Yeah,
10, sorry.
each step is 10 except for the Electrum or the half Mithna, which is
The
the
half
odd one.
Mythna. Yep.
That means I
Okay.
have like 1,200 Mithana.
Jesus Christ. Wait, you have even more money than me.
Maybe it wasn't.
No.
Maybe you didn't mark what you had. Didn't we get a bunch of gold Mithna last session? You
Yeah,
weren't
he
here
should
for?
have that because I actually added it for him.
I was maybe dirt poor before this. It's fine.
Really?
I have no idea, dude. It's money. I don't look at it. I only
point.
look at it when I'm spending it.
I haven't really had to spend much money.
I'd be willing to donate once you work through your money. Absolutely.
well, since I'm going to the library alone, I need to have it in advance, and I can give back what I don't use.
Oh, are you like not ever coming back out?
I am coming back out, but I only have 6 hours in the library, and I need to pay for it as I'm there. I don't have the time to come out, get money, go back in, copy stuff.
Oh, you
come
don't
out,
have
get
like any
go back
money.
in, copy
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. How much do
We
you
got
want?
you.
How long have I been muted for? Oh my god.
A long
Oh
time.
my god.
Have you been talking this whole time?
Sorry, I think that I
Oh.
forgot. The words escaped me earlier. What I was trying to say was, what if we all just give him 10 gold Mithna right now, and then he splits up what he has left and gives it back to us.
Let's do it.
Sure. I'll give him
All
10.
right.
All right.
I'll also give you 10.
Oh, I didn't actually initiate a trade.
Yeah, don't just
Tyler.
delete it. Yeah, you have to actually.
Whoops. Oh, I deleted it.
All right. Well, if you guys delete it, I will just write it down.
Yeah,
then-
I deleted it. I
Okay,
deleted
yeah,
No, I
so
already-
you can
I
just
already did that.
add it, yeah. No
I'm
All right.
sorry.
So that's 20.
I should have thought about that.
You can have 30.
30. Okay. Um.
Damn.
Darcy or Cyclonin, would you be willing to help with this, or no?
Cyclonan's
She
not
was
a
like
team
looking
player.
at herself in her little compact thing. She's like, money?
Darcy over there fanning herself.
With
Exactly.
dollar bills.
Yeah. We have discussed how important
Darcy,
this is. and
you
I do
ask
not
her
know
for
how much
money,
it'll
she's like, I'm poor, while she wears all these expensive jewelry.
Cyclonan's too busy doing research he won't tell us about to give you money.
True.
He spent all his money on booze.
Yeah, probably.
Sounds like the most likely.
Okay.
No,
Darcy
yeah.
spent all her money on fancy food, clothing, and jewelry. How much?
Well, the others have all chipped in 10 gold Mithna, so that's like 300 gold Mithna. That would help very much if you have a 10 gold Mithna. And I can give back whatever I don't spend, but we've discussed how important getting these spells are.
Yeah, Judge, go ahead and add that money in your thing. So I'm looking at the party wealth, and it's just gone down. So you haven't added it. I don't think you've added it yet.
Okay. I have not
Uh-oh.
added it yet because I'm waiting to see if Darcy and Cyclone give me anything.
Well, go ahead and add it just now, just so that it doesn't get lost.
Yeah, Darcy will give him 10 gold mithna.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Excellent.
And is Cyclonin even saying anything, or
I
Oh,
just
I guess
for,
it's my turn to not realize I was muted, but I only have 7 Mithna.
Wait, what?
Oh,
All
he
right.
did drink it all away. Oh man, that's rough,
I
buddy.
think he was supposed to receive money and didn't write it down or something.
Well, he wasn't with us when we got the money.
Yeah, he was.
Ah.
We literally have his share.
Yeah, if we have his share, then yeah, we should just be able to.
Just take it from him.
Actually, didn't you receive that, Cyclonin?
Yes.
I don't think he
so he
was.
did get the
Oh,
money.
he did.
Yeah,
Oh,
He did drink it
oh,
away.
he actually drank it all. Damn.
Yeah, no, he's okay. Gotcha.
The price
But
of alcoholism.
I do only have 7 Mithna on me.
Man, are you like?
Yes, but how many gold Mithna do you have on you, or how many?
I have.
Mithna,
Okay,
et cetera, et
let me go
cetera?
through my entire inventory though.
No, no.
So Cyclonin pulls out his money pouch and dumps it out. And what you can see is that there is 0 bronze Mithna, 0 small Mithna, 0 half Mithna, 7 Mithna, 0 gold Mithna, and 0 Mithna of any other denomination known or unknown.
He drank it all
Oh
away.
my god.
Are you
Why
in
are you
withdrawals?
so
Do you need me to
poor?
buy you a drink, bro? Is that why you're so grumpy right now?
Oh, I think you might have discovered the reason. That sounds. I'm suspicious now.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we're doing-
thank you anyway. Hope it's enough for now. They will provide you food. Thank you, everybody, for helping. The spells I can get are going to help all of us. And I will
All right.
go ahead
So, Judge, you are So you basically you see the room. And you can see actually a giant telescope with the sunburst on the floor, and you can see there's actually there's kind of gaps in the walls, and you can kind of see the light coming in from outside. And then you see a woman standing at the stairs waiting for you.
Can I peek through the?
Yeah, you can
through the,
peek
telescope
through.
before I-
It's currently looking at right now. It's a bright patch of the sky because it's sunny outside, or the sun hasn't gone down yet. But yeah, it seems to be pointing at something in the in the pretty high up, off to the north.
Interesting. I'll come this way.
Anyway, once you arrive, the guard walks up holding a blindfold, and she says, "I am going to put this blindfold on you. Fear not, I mean you no harm."
And he just kind of bows his head down so she can reach and tie it around his head.
She ties it on, and you notice that it is a rather thick blindfold, and it's a bit warm, but it completely blocks your vision. But more than that, you as you kind of sense because before you kind of had this ambient sense of magic in the area, very low, because you have to use detect magic or something to get more of a real sense. But there's something there, and you notice that sense is gone. This seems to block your most of your kind of extra sensory perception as well. And once she puts it on you, she takes your hand and she says, "Follow me." And then ultimately, she is going to lead you to the Forbidden Library. One thing you do notice as she's leading you is at some point she has you stop, and you hear this kind of grinding noise as if stone is rubbing on stone, and then you can feel yourself being taken downstairs, and the air it gets a little colder, and you can hear the grinding noise above you. and then eventually you go down stairs for what feels like a couple of minutes, although it's probably less than that. And then eventually you wind up in a large, well-lit library. She takes off the blindfold. Your senses return, and you see scrolls everywhere. And then you see various attendants, and, walking around, and you can see that they have things stocked that you recognize from your life before you became a god as being the various tools of the arcane craft. The inks and the various ingredients and various other things like that. And someone very it's a woman, but she's very burly woman. She's obviously very muscular. It doesn't really fit. But anyway, she's kind of back there, and she tells you that as you come to me if you need things in your preparations, and I am the one you will be paying. And she cracks her knuckles. I would suggest that you behave. And then she
Oh,
kind of
believe me, ma'am.
gestures, and she gestures to the rest of the library.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I will behave. Is there anybody else in the library? Is it literally empty except for me and her?
Yeah, I mean, there's other workers there. You see people attending to the scrolls. You see, people cleaning up and stuff like that. But nobody else is studying.
So is Judge walking with a slight limp because of the air tag he's got hidden in his shoe?
No. No, but I was about to do something else equally stupid. I kind of bend over. You've worked here at the Oracle for a very long time, yes?
Speak louder.
You have worked here with the Oracle for a very long time, yes?
Yes.
And you are aware of me and my fellow compatriots, yes?
Aware enough.
I was wondering, would I have permission to stretch and get a little comfortable as I about to do my research?
What do you mean by that?
Just to be comfortable. I did not know if that would be
You're quiet again.
Hello? Okay. Just to be comfortable so I can do my research and focus fully.
You want to become you want to take on your demigod form.
It is much better than this cramped human body.
You're quiet.
I stretch and push my arms out and become this huge, pale, glowing humanoid.
And he
And then
pinches
I
his vocal
very-
cords while he's doing it.
Yeah. And then he bends down and says, I have a few immediate things. If you could lead me to a specific spell, I would be most grateful.
All right. And so basically the way it'll work is if you go to the book, you'll see under general, under the general tab, under the general section, the blue folder, you'll see a spell list. So there you just go down to wizard, and basically any spell that you see in there up to the level you can cast, of course, you can take. So you'll have to pay the appropriate time, the appropriate cost, of course. And if it has consumable ingredients, you'll have to pay for the cost of that as well. Although if your ingredient pouch or whatever works, then obviously you don't have to worry about that. And then from there, assuming you spent the time, spent the money, you can actually just drag and drop it from that list onto your character.
Okay.
Do you see that?
Yeah,
I can't hear you. Speak up.
Yeah, I just pulled up the spells. I'll make sure that they're of the.
Yeah, and if you click on it, then you'll get the description, just like you would in D&D Beyond or whatever.
Okay. Now you did say it's 2 hours per spell level instead of 1. Just for my trying to figure out how much I can get done.
Yeah, so it is. Hold on. It's 50 Mithna plus 2 hours per spell level.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd had the money 50 Mithna per spell level. So a third level spell is 150.
So yeah, like a first level spell would be 50 Mithna, 2 hours. Second level spell would be 100 Mithna, 4 hours, etc.
Okay.
And
So
also,
there's no
like
way
I
could
said,
get
if you want to split, you can do if you can't get something done one day and you leave, you can just pick up where you left off the next day.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to because any fourth level spell is gonna be more than the 6 hours I'm allotted.
Say that again.
I'm gonna have to because any fourth level spell is more than the 6 hours I'm allotted each day.
Right.
Okay.
I just want to make
All
that
right.
clear so you don't have to worry about losing progress or how that works or what have you.
Okay. I will start doing that. Do you want me to role play out what I'm doing, or just go back to the guys while I transfer?
So I'm going to assume that you're going to work into the night. You're going to spend your 6 hours?
Oh, absolutely every second of it.
Okay, so for 6 hours you're gone. So meanwhile, Judge has just gone off. He's been led away to the Forbidden Library, and he's going to be gone for quite some time. So what is everybody else doing?
Well, conglomerate, you wanted an answer to your question, huh?
Yes, please.
Well, now that we have spoken with the Oracle, as you have heard her say, we are not ready to fight this other pantheon, this Hexinar. So, whoa.
What just
Good morning,
happened? Okay, we're
conglomerate.
here
Whoa.
now.
All right, so how come there are no couches in this library? What a lame library. Anyway, but there is more. So, my understanding, so I guess I did not see it myself, but there is more underneath the watchtower than what I had witnessed.
Yes, a whole cavern and people's worth.
Well, the Oracle says that the answers I seek are somewhere down there. And if I do not do this, if I do not get my wish and find this divine artifact that can answer my questions, then any attempts to fight these Pexinar will likely result in our ruin.
All right. Well,
This is something I must do.
I mean, it seems straightforward enough, but yeah, I mean, just like you can talk to us. We are bound together forever. So if there's like something going on, like just chat with us about it. I'm sure we can make it happen. One of the big things, I'm pretty dumb, but one of the big things the Oracle mentioned was that we are not united. And I think that that's one of the other things we really need to work on.
That is certainly true. Although I do not think it takes an oracle to see that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm seeing it, so that should tell you something.
Oh, it's as if the leader of the group is not actually capable of doing his job.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. Hey, no, unity.
Yeah, you're not being very unified right now. Uniful.
Well, that is certainly true.
You're not being uniful.
Yeah,
I need to mute.
So I do not know what it is that is under there, but whatever it is, will finally erase the uncertainty that has been plaguing my mind.
Okay.
Well, Conglomerate did have the talk with the people we met down there, and they explained their whole culture and everything. So he would know more about perhaps information of whatever you're looking for. But until we go back, we have plenty of time to do whatever.
Yeah.
Increase our unity.
Yeah, solidarity forever.
Yeah, we can play team building exercises.
Team
Trust falls.
building exercise.
Great idea.
What team building exercises do you have in mind?
Trust falls.
Trust falls. Okay.
I am
okay,
not
all
going
right.
to catch any of you, so don't even try it. I will let you
Trust
fall,
fall.
and I'll call you stupid for doing it.
All right.
I have a
That's not
little
very. That's
insurance
not very
for trust
unified of
falls.
you, Darcy.
I cannot physically hold up any of you. You know how heavy you all are?
I'm
I
not
think
that heavy.
You calling me
you-
fat?
Yeah, she's calling you fat, Tavros. It's all that
That's-
mystery meat you've been putting down. You gotta
Oh,
slow,
come
slow up.
on! What? That's not.
You are
no.
a cow that walks on two legs. Of course you are heavy.
Um. I
She's calling you a
guess.
heifer.
Yeah.
He is not
Well,
a heifer.
Tavros,
A heifer is a female cow. He is male.
I'm calling him a heifer.
you must understand it is not quite. It is difficult to have that much muscle without having.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a
Oh.
muscle-bound freak. You're right. Freak of nature, they call me.
Tavros.
Freaks of
is
nature. That could
on
be our
the-
name. The Freaks of Nature. Oh my god, that is such a
That
cool
would
name.
explain half of us, I'm sure, in their eyes.
What do you? That we're all. Look at. We got like a bug man, like a cat, a bull, a lizard. We're all freaks of nature.
Judge is just
True.
really big.
yeah. It's just a big dude. Like what do you mean?
He's a big albino with glowing marks on his body.
Yeah, that's a freak of
That is fair,
nature.
that is
If
kind
I
of a
fucking saw one.
freak of And I mean, Darcy, you are kind of. I mean, maybe not
You're
a
a-
freak,
well-
but definitely of nature.
Of
Kind
nature,
of got those legs
without the
going
freak
on.
component.
hmm
Yeah. I'd argue that Darcy is the most normal one out of all of us,
Yeah, probably actually.
but that's not saying a lot.
No, it's not.
I am aware that I am part animal, but I am at least more subtle than you all.
Exactly.
So just because I'm all animal, it's something. There's something wrong with that, huh?
That's the
You
point.
are
species
a.
that-
Aren't you
You-
like 6 foot something?
Yeah, I'm like
but
6'8".
I thought you were like 7. I thought you were 7
Oh, let me
footer.
check. Let me check. I think I'm
Like
I
a
think I'm
whole
6'.
bowl just standing straight up. That's got to be massive.
Wait, oh, I'm trading class
Well, that
features.
could,
Pretty
it
big.
depends. Because bulls, depends on the breed of the bull.
True, true. I've seen some pretty big ones.
Yeah,
Look
they're
around.
pretty.
Is
They're
anybody-
pretty big.
Is anybody paying attention to us?
Oh, yeah. We should probably. We should.
I mean,
mean,
we're
right
probably
now,
talking
I'm
in
ass-
celestial.
I'm assuming
So-
everybody's in their human form, so nobody's
Yes.
like 7 feet tall or anything.
Yeah.
And
Well, my human form is like 6'8", so like
Yeah.
my bull form's got to be.
so if you guys probably are speaking celestial, which is fine. There are 2 people in the room.
Yeah, this is weird.
And
guy.
one of them, he kind of, glances back at you guys every once in a while. Although you suspect it's mostly because, you're talking.
We're talking
Yeah.
in the library.
Exactly.
And there
Alright.
must
We
be-
haven't yet, so we're good. Our cards have not been revoked.
All right. Let's.
well,
let's
Judge,
leave the
you're just probably going to be spending quite some time here. Why don't we go see how Sebastian is doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. If he is eating bread again, I swear.
Are you guys heading back down the mountain to the inn?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do some team
we
building.
have to
there.
babysit. Or at least I'm going to.
All right. So
I'm what?
you make your way back to the inn, and you can see Sebastian's kind of sitting at a table. It's fairly empty at this time of day. Most people have either seen the Oracle or haven't. So you just see a few people. Sebastian's sitting at a table by himself, and you can see that he is currently drinking probably wine or something along those lines.
All right, well, I'll walk over.
He looks up and he says, "Oh, done already?"
Yep.
Not quite.
He looks around. Oh yeah, one of you is missing, huh?
Judge is
Is
doing
there-
some important research.
It is ironic that the one who needed to spend the most time here seemed to be in the least hurry to get here. But that is okay. So how are you doing, Sebastian?
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, I just been kind of thinking about something. You weren't around, but the others asked me about that place where I lost my friends, the White Rock. What was it called? White Rock Spring, um, where you guys told me the nymphs are, and well, where I saw some of them, but it's still anyway. And yeah, and I told them about the person who brought that up and how hard it was to how fuzzy that memory was, and it was kind of weird. And so I was just thinking about that.
Sounds quite interesting. I look around. You said it was fairly quiet. How far away are people?
So yeah, you'll have the innkeeper, and then it's fairly sparse. Sebastian kind of got a table in the back away from the other people. So there are other people, but none that are really close by.
Yeah. Well, there is something I wanted to talk to you about. As far as your little encounter the other day. So, I'm sure that was quite terrifying, but don't you not wonder at all why, despite that encounter, you have not a scratch on you?
Yeah, I think it's because of all the commotion I caused and people were running, and whatever it was, just didn't want to deal with those people for whatever reason. I don't know why.
That is a good theory. It is accurate and also a bunch of nonsense. If somebody was plotting your demise, do you really think that it would take all that long if they were suitably determined?
Probably not.
But that is not a very optimistic thing to speak of. I'd rather point out something else. Did you not notice any details of, after all, you saw a ghost first, did you not?
The creature kind of freaked me out because it was suddenly there. The only thing I really noticed though is I think the creature looked kind of similar to the ghost.
That is certainly true. Did you notice anything about what the creature was wearing?
He thinks about it for a moment. Yeah, I think it had armor on that looks kind of like yours, except fancier.
That is very interesting. So, a creature that did not cause you any harm happens to have armor somewhat similar to one of your allies.
Yeah, but I've heard stories of shapeshifters and creatures of that ilk, so that doesn't really mean anything. It's seen you. If it saw you, it could look like you, probably, maybe.
Well, if that is the case, it is interesting that it shows that appearance, is it not?
Yeah, maybe it was trying to get me to believe that it was friendly. Then it was just gonna kill me when I got close enough.
I assure you that if it were going to do that, it would not have bothered to save your life.
What?
I guess technically more than once from a certain point of view, but again, he did not even try to harm you. I think you should think carefully about that and consider why a creature that had the element of surprise with no witnesses around did nothing but give you a scare and then leave.
I think he thinks for a moment. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
All right. Yeah, I'm about as good at those as I am con rolls.
Would you like some help as you're playing Dora the Explorer with hints?
I wouldn't turn it down.
I think what he's trying to say is perhaps it wasn't all as it appeared to be, and we should be thinking more critically of the encounter.
Well, perhaps. He thinks some more. You have advantage, so go ahead and roll again.
A little better.
He thinks for a moment, and then his eyes go kind of wide, and he says, "Wait, does that mean that you were the creature?"
Well, I guess we
Whoa.
cannot tell. I'm sure I sound nothing like the creature, huh?
Don't scare him.
Yeah,
Gasp!
we are in public.
Yeah.
But if you're the creature, then
Sebastian,
wait,
You're a ghost.
you're a champion, right? So champions can turn into things. They can do things. So you can turn into something that looks like that. So why did you do that then? Were you trying to scare me?
I was not trying to scare you. You have been chosen by the gods. That much is clear. I believe even the Oracle has confirmed that. But this does mean that at some point you have to be prepared to understand and accept the things that champions can do. And, as you yourself have proven, these things can be rather disconcerting the first time they are witnessed. And what better place to attempt to show something than a city in which you are safe, where you are at home, plenty of people who care about you are present, there are plenty of guards who know who you are and who would wish to protect you. If you had to run, you would run straight to them. Now imagine if the first time this happened was in conflict in the wilderness. If you did not react gracefully, where would you have run?
I don't know. Probably off into the trees.
You have seen it is a dangerous world out there. What if you ran into something else? And of course, you would not want to go anywhere near us, so you would be running from the very people who would be trying to protect you.
He seems to be contemplating something for a moment, and he says, "So, if you were the monster and you were the ghost, then why did you hit me so hard?"
That was a little bit of an accident. I was pulling the punch, and yes, you'll notice you were not harmed. But
it really hurt.
This is just you've gone too far.
That is true, but if I wanted it to hurt, it would have been a lot worse. Perhaps under other circumstances, I will allow you to inspect my form a little more carefully. But no, trust me, I was not even using a weapon.
So as you're speaking to Sebastian about all this, there's something about the eloquence of your words and Darcy's as well that it seems to have done something, because he doesn't seem to be reacting like he has in the past, and he seems awfully calm about all this.
It is good that you are accepting this. I'm certain that the soothing quality of Darcy's words are helping, undoubtedly. But one thing you should be aware is that, there are others that can do this. And part of the reason why you must be prepared for this is, well, you remember the other day when we were traveling and ran into those hideous creatures, and I had to pull you to safety.
Yeah.
It is very hard to do those things without revealing the true nature. So having more freedom to act can make a big difference in a pitched battle.
So, if you can turn into that monster, does that mean that everybody in this, all you guys can turn into monsters?
We can all turn into something, not as monstrous or animalistic as him, and some even more so. But do know, you hear the voices, you see the same clothing or something similar, same weapons. It is us. We are to protect you. Sometimes you have to be as nasty as the things that are attacking you.
Okay, he seems to take a deep breath, like he, like he's preparing for something. He says, "Okay, I'll try."
For what it is worth, I am probably the middle of the road for this. Some of the forms are probably easier for you to accept. The other ones perhaps more difficult. I will say you have actually seen one of the other forms before.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
What is the craziest creature you remember seeing in the past several weeks?
I don't even know how to describe it, honestly. The memory's still a little fuzzy. But I seem to remember it had multiple arms, and it's like this. I can't even describe it. I hope that the creature was absolutely hideous, and I hope I never have to see it again.
Wow.
Wow, those are some
You're
harsh
out of
words
luck
about-
today.
Right?
Those are some harsh words about Tavros.
What?
Would you say it looked like maybe giant bug, like ant or cockroach?
Wait, wasn't it Tavros?
No, he
Yeah,
saw
he did see me
Tavros.
way back when.
He saw a bull.
He
Yeah.
saw a
Oh,
bull,
I was
but
thinking.
didn't he
I
also
was
see the
thinking
statue?
conglomerate.
Didn't he see
When-
the statue though?
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God,
okay.
he
He's
saw
seen the
he's
statue and
seen the
he's seen the
conglomerate
bull. He's
statue.
seen
Oh my
both of them.
god.
Yeah.
He's seen both your ugly butts.
So when you ask for an ugly creature, the creature he's thinking of is the statue of conglomerate.
That's funny.
That's so overshadowed Tavros that he's not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
does
a
not even remember
bull,
Tavros.
I'm not anything too crazy.
Yeah, you're just a bull that walks on
But-
2 feet. That's about it.
Yeah.
Well, it
Which
sounds
is
like
pretty scary, but yeah.
It sounds like you're describing a statue. Do you not remember a live creature over at the waterfall?
Let me think. I thought I saw a wild animal, like
Wow.
with tufts. But I don't remember much. So it was like a wild boar, a wild bull, or something like that.
Ah, well, okay. Well, allow you to guess which one of us that could have been. And that statue was no mere statue. You'll have to guess who that was as well. Let us see how your insight is at placing faces to the voices.
Okay, so he looks around at everybody. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess in a way he's actually seen half of us already.
Yeah,
And in fact, some of the worst of it.
yeah.
All right, so he looks around at you, and he actually points at Conglomerate, and he says, "You're the bug thing."
Yep. Got that right.
And then he looks around and he points at Tavros. You must be the bull or the boar or whatever it was.
That's me.
So then he looks at Gizzard, and he says, "Do I even want to know what you are? Or
I think
what you
I'm
can
less
turn
scary
into?"
than I'm less scary than the bug man.
Are you still
say that.
weirdly colored?
Yeah, I'm actually quite
Weirdly
gorgeous. Honestly.
colored. Oh no, that blue
Sorry,
is
sorry.
a
That's
white.
not. That's not. I didn't. That's not what I meant.
He's a rare. He's the
I'm
rare
a rare
double
Pokemon.
blue, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
He
a
is
shiny
positively
Pokemon, okay?
cerulean.
Mhm.
No, I'm gorgeous. You won't be
Okay.
scared of me.
And then
He's a big lizard.
and he looks at
I'm a big
Darcy,
lizard.
and then he says, I can't imagine you as anything scary.
I'm not.
Boring. Just kidding.
That is because you have not seen her when she was trying to recover your alcohol.
Ugh, that wasn't anything threatening, and what innocent yours to have, anyways.
I had to flee with my life, but I did escape with the alcohol. It was very good. Thank you, Sebastian.
Did you guys fight?
No,
More of a squabble.
It was very one-sided. She scared me away.
Oh, so you're scarier than I thought, Darcy.
in theory, not in appearance.
It is more about attitude.
So yeah, he seems to get quiet as he's kind of taking it all in. So
But I will say that if you can handle Conglomerate and Tavros, the others should be easier.
To be fair, he only ever saw me as a statue. I feel like when I'm moving around,
Yeah.
It's
might
probably
not be-
freakier.
might not be the greatest.
all right, so
I'll be-
as Sebastian kind of ponders things, is there anything else you guys are going to talk about, or are we going to advance time?
Isn't it lunchtime or dinner time or whatever time?
It's probably about
kinda
dinner
time.
time by now. So
Dinner time it is.
all right. So at some point, a server comes over, and she kind of leans in, so other people can't hear, and she says, "I've been told that you had important business with the Oracle, and so your meal has been provided for tonight."
Do you have any mystery meat?
No, not again.
She looks at you and raises an eyebrow. I can assure you that all of the meat we serve here is picked out with care, and we know exactly where it all came from.
Don't
That's
tell him
a
that.
shame. That's
Just do
a
not tell
shame.
him what meat you are serving. Let us try these. It may not
Well,
quite be the
I
same,
know my
but
mystery meat from my my farm animals.
Run of the
Okay.
mill.
Yeah.
try to disguise the meat. Let's see how difficult it is for him to figure out what it is he is eating. Huh?
So you want us to disguise his meat?
No, I'll know what it is. Don't even bother. If it's not mystery meat, it's not. It's not good enough. It's
He
fine.
likes to test his palate. If you have something kind
Something
of
weird.
exotic
Oh,
back there.
Oh, that's interesting. We have a new dish that is so spicy that
Ooh.
that most people can't handle the heat.
I'll take 2 of those, please.
Yeah.
Two of those.
It's a mix of
One
different
for now, one for later.
of different meats and vegetables, but I don't know how the cook does it. But there's these peppers in there that it's so spicy that you can feel the heat even before it enters your mouth.
Oh, I'm just so excited for that. Oh, please.
Would you all like a plate of?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
As a
No.
word of warning, though, I think I was told that we're not supposed to serve it, because it's called violent death.
Oh,
Wow.
good.
Do you still
Sounds-
want it?
Yes, I would love it.
So 2 plates of violent death. I'm
Yes,
assuming
please.
the rest of you then would rather have the regular dinner.
Yes.
The regular
Yes.
death, please, not the not the violent death for the rest of the party.
What are the effects when someone tries to eat these? I'm trying to determine whether I need to eat at a separate table.
Well, my understanding is that if it doesn't work for somebody, well, not only do they have foul breath, they have other issues. They may have the runs. There may be vomiting involved. They sweat. They get all sweaty, and the smell kind of reeks out of their skin. And it's really hot, so they oftentimes get really agitated. And one person has made them pass out.
I never get agitated. Bring it on.
Yes, I will sit at another table. Darcy? Wait, did Gizzard or Conglomerate pick the other thing? This was
What?
the other meal for.
Oh, she's basically asked if you wanted the death meal or whether you wanted
Do you want violent
the
death or
regular
regular
dinner,
death?
which is basically what they normally serve.
Yeah, but I thought I heard you say that 2 people had ordered.
No,
No, I
she
got
only
2 of
ordered
them.
2 of them.
Davros is getting
Oh.
2.
Oh,
For
okay.
2 servings
himself.
of death, please.
2 servings of
Darcy?
violent death. I'm getting the violent
Darcy?
death. You guys are getting the regular death.
Darcy, Conglomerate, Gizzard, should we sit at this table and watch from afar?
Of course, I
Uh,
always like spectating when fools do something amusing.
Yeah, no, I'm staying here.
Honestly, yeah,
Very
I'm
nice.
gonna
Wants
dig in
to
the
get
front
the
row
first-hand
seats.
experience.
All right. Well, in that case, we'll probably sit at a table a good distance away on the far edge of it, aim that direction. I can have my shield ready just in case I need a splash guard.
Okay.
Yeah, you get to sit in front. I am assuming Sebastian doesn't want to be near that.
I know he's gonna go with you, Darcy. He's sticking by you.
Aw.
He's
And
my
Judge,
little Pomeranian.
as you're going through your research with your spells and everything, out of nowhere, somebody walks up. One of the workers there walks up with a plate of food and a drink and says, "Don't forget to eat a meal," and kind of places out in front of you, and then kind of walks away.
Wait, thank you very much. Yes.
Of course.
I did have a question.
All right.
I've got 3.
Oh, go ahead.
I did have a question, Jeremy.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I've got 3 spell scrolls of first level, and I wasn't allowed to read them until I got to the library here.
Yeah, you can spend an hour per scroll if you want to spend the time to do the research and kind of decode them.
Oh, I didn't know if I just had to give them to the librarian and say, I'm not allowed to. I couldn't read these until I got them here, or if
Oh,
I
okay.
have to research
Yeah,
them.
so you can if you ask her about it, she'll go ahead and tell you what they are. They're all 3 level 1 spells, so let me tell you what spells they are. Hold on. Wizard. One is a scroll of Burning Hands, one is a scroll of False Life, and one is a scroll of Mage Armor. So those are spell scrolls, which means that if you you could actually read them, it does 1 casting of the spell. The scroll crumbles. If you want to translate them, it's the same rule as all the other spells, except you have to make an Arcana check as well.
Okay.
So did you write those down?
I did. Burning Hands, False Life, and Mage Armor. Thank you.
Okay.
I will translate them to my inventory.
It's really hard for me to hear you, but do you have any other questions?
No, not right now. I don't know if you can see our party gold, but I subtracted the 45 gold Mithna for this first spell.
Okay, I should be able. Oh, I refreshed. That's why I can't see it. Hold on. Come on, click. Click. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it because I can't see it at the moment. My Foundry's acting a little weird tonight for some reason. Okay. Okay, going back to the rest of the group. So you're kind of waiting for your meals to come out. And eventually you see two large plates. You see lots of red on the plates, and meat and vegetables. And they place those two in front of Tavros. And Tavros, as they place them down, you can just feel, you can just sense the heat coming off the plate.
I love spicy food.
They also give you some wine to go with it, but as you sniff the wine, it appears to be a spicy wine.
Oh,
How did they do that?
oh, I can't wait to dig in.
Everyone else gets regular wine, and they get there's 3 different kinds of meat. One looks like a sort of chicken, one's some sort of boar, and one is some sort of wild bird. And then there's cheese, olives, grapes, and some a light salad, and of course regular wine. All right, so Tavros, as you look at your plate of doom or plates of doom, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna dive in. I'm gonna just start
Alright,
shoveling it.
So as you start shoveling it in, you immediately start. Your mouth starts burning. You start sweating. You feel hot. Go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Oh, power through. Come on. Ooh. Ooh.
And
Oh,
immediately,
shit.
as you start to shovel this in, you get a couple of bites, and at first it's fine, it's hot, you're doing okay, and then all of a sudden, this wave of intense heat and pain comes over you, and you find yourself blacking out. And what everybody else sees is this Tavros is drooling, and you can see bits of liquid and pieces of food coming out of his mouth as he kind of slumps over and passes out.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Well,
Snapping
I'm
it
dead.
off.
I'm dead. I died, bro. Vicious death.
Tavros takes 7 points of damage.
Jesus.
Oh my
Is
god.
it 7 points per bite? Jeez.
Wow, this could have killed you if you hadn't been at full.
yeah, that's wild.
Isn't like a normal average NPC health like 5 or 10? Like, would that have actually killed a full-grown man?
Oh yeah, most actually.
That's wild.
I think a lot of commoners have a D8 hit points.
All right, so everybody else, you're watching all this go down. So what do you got? Your food is good, by the way. It actually tastes really good. It's fresh. The meat is tender. The wine is good. So what do you guys talk about seeing Tavros passed out?
Tavros.
Oh, look at
Poke, poke.
You poke him.
the
nothing
consequences
happens.
of his actions.
It is good for one to know their limits.
Darcy's gonna get up and go over to him. Kind of push his chair away from the table so he doesn't throw the basically lava for food everywhere.
Okay.
And she's going to look at the group. I guess who's the second strongest? I guess Cyclonin is.
Yeah.
Do you think you can help him with dragging him outside to the back so I can... She makes a little hand gesture, waving hand gesture over him. Deal with this.
Of course, I will pick him up myself so you do not even have to touch him.
Oh, I never was going to.
Well, you did mention. Oh, how are you planning to help drag him then?
I wasn't helping drag him. I just need someone to move him so I can do my thing.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up. How heavy is Tavros anyway?
Oh, I'm pretty. Let me check my character. Let me see if I wrote
I give you my full support. Inspiration.
something. I don't know if I wrote anything.
So let's see. Do you have a weight on here? Doesn't look like you do, but let's see. He's carrying 100.
It would be past my encumbrance, so I'd either be. I'd
Yeah,
probably
I'm
have
carrying 100
really,
pounds, and
really
I, and
slow.
I and I probably weigh like 250 pounds.
Yeah,
Well, you get plus
so
8 to whatever you roll.
400 pounds, we'll say roughly.
All
You can just
right,
drag him
well,
by his arm. You don't have to be a pretty drag out. Just move him.
I'll kind of flip him so he's on his back, and then kind of grab by the back of his collar and drag like that.
Okay, you drag him out, and the few people who are in there kind of look, and you can see the waitress who kind of served you kind of look apologetic, but you also see her mouth, "I told you so," and as she gets dragged out.
Well, he does. He does like to lead by example, or as we like to say, object lesson.
Alrighty. Anyway, so you drag him outside. So it's like, what the hell just happened? Hold on. Okay. What is going on? Okay. Okay. Weird stuff's happening. Okay. All right. Anyway, you take him outside. So Cyclonin and Darcy go outside with Tavros. In the meantime, I'm assuming everybody else is staying inside. Or
Unless they want to watch.
Or is everybody going outside?
I'm chilling.
I'm also chill.
Okay, so you guys continue to eat your food. So as you guys take Tavros outside, you don't see anybody around. So what do?
You guys just dumping me in the street?
Magic.
Okay.
What?
Go ahead, Darcy.
She's gonna try to get Cyclone and take him around the back, like, so she can do magic, and if someone sees, then no one's gonna see her and what she does.
Okay, so fair enough. You go around the back, and there's no one back there at the moment.
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay. You cast Lesser Restoration, and you can see him start to wake up from his stupor. Tavros, you still lost the hit points, and you gained 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh no! All right.
But you are now awake. And while you definitely feel better, but you also feel like somebody punched you in the face until their hand stopped working.
Did I do it? Did I eat it all?
No, you didn't.
What would you say? 2 bites? 2, maybe 3 bites, and pass out immediately?
Yeah, something like that.
Just enough for the spice to take effect.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, it does seem to be accurately advertised.
And you look down, Tavros, you can see bits of the meat and saliva all over your shirt.
I'm gonna go wash myself, and I'm gonna go find a bathroom or something.
I do not know if there are any
Sorry, a basin.
Yeah.
Basin. I'm gonna find a basin of the nearest basin of water. Something.
Yeah, there
liquid.
is an area for people to go use the restroom nearby, so you're able to find something. So Tavros kind of heads off to go clean himself. So Darcy and Cyclone, what are you two doing?
Didn't I cast a spell so that turned me to my normal self?
Yeah, it would, but if you hang out there for 10 minutes, you can turn back.
Yeah, so what I'll end up doing is I'll kind of walk back a ways and try to just sort of look generally unapproachable. So I guess I'll basically act like normal, and so that nobody interrupts Darcy.
Fair enough. Go ahead and give me an intimidate check.
Actually, Darcy wants to kind of motion Cyclone over and say, well, we did already tell him. Maybe since I am as I am, you could get Sebastian.
Okay, I can do that. All right, I will be right back in a moment.
So as you walk inside, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna make myself unapproachable, and then you decide to walk inside, and immediately as you approach
Well, I'll break character from going in. That was.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so you go in. Sebastian is currently eating his food. He kind of looks at the door, and he's eating his food, and then he goes back to eating. So you approach. What do you do?
Sebastian, I need to speak with you for a moment. I am sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, please come outside with me. Darcy wishes to speak to you.
Okay. Is your friend okay?
He will be fine. In fact, it is because of that Darcy wishes to speak to you. The Tavros already... No, he went to go find somewhere to wash up.
So Tavros has walked off.
So once we're outside, nobody's around. As you saw, Tavros was in pretty dire condition. And it takes more than traditional hangover remedies to deal with something like that. And, magic. And there is very little of that we can cast without revealing our true form. So this is an opportunity for you to see what Darcy looks like in her normal form. I will say that it is an unusual form, but most people do tend to find it quite attractive. She definitely ranks as the least monstrous among us, so I do not expect that you will be particularly bothered by what you see, but I just wanted you to be aware. And just so you know, I am not going to change myself. I will remain in this form. This is just so you can see what is going on, maybe understand some of the limitations we must deal with for this, and then we will go back inside and continue our meal.
Okay. So he goes out there, and Darcy, how much are you trying to hide, if anything?
If there's boxes and barrels, she's doing the stereotypical "I'm behind the box."
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I will try to be
until she knows it's people that she hears them coming.
Okay.
And I will try to be loud about it. And
It's like, I believe she is over here.
Okay, so once Sebastian comes out, he sees Darcy kind of hiding. So does Darcy reveal herself?
Yeah, she's gonna come out of her little crouching position, and that's when he sees the antlers. She doesn't have goat horns. She has actually more like deer antlers, and deer legs and a tail.
Okay, so
And
I don't
ears.
expect him to run, but I'm going to kind of have a hand on his shoulder just in case.
all right.
Basically, I'm going to ready an action to grapple him if he tries to flee.
So you see, as he sees the horns, you see him kind of pull back. Cyclone, and you're much stronger than he is. So you have no trouble holding him in place.
And I'll try to be reassuring. It is okay. This is
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. Let's see how much reassurance you can give him.
Do I need to do the inspiration again?
Wow.
Because it's 10 minutes long.
Yeah. I mean, it's only been a few minutes, so you haven't
So
gone through.
plus
your
8
10
to
minutes
that.
plus 8? Okay, so 14.
Yeah.
yet. Okay, so it went from you were squeezing his shoulder way too hard to he does feel somewhat reassured, and he takes him a minute and he looks and it says, the horns. I wasn't expecting to see the antlers, but I can see that the face is the same. So that's really you, Darcy?
Of course it is. I am not changed as much as they are. And Judge is even less so. He just gets bigger. more or less, and paler. Little glowy. Not much. Still humanoid.
Oh. He takes a couple of deep breaths and he's like, and you feel like he's getting stressed. You know, the point where he almost feels like he's gonna freak out, but Cyclonen holds his shoulder and kind of reassures him, and it calms him. It seems to calm him back down, and he says, "Okay, I can deal with this. Okay, I understand. But I think I'm gonna go inside and eat now."
Of course. They will go. I will return you back inside, and then I will come back to stand watch it. While we can turn into these forms in an instant, it takes significantly longer to return to our avatar forms. So we do not. We try to avoid using these forms when we do not have to.
Okay. And he kind of goes back inside, assuming you let him go.
I'm gonna walk with him and take him in there, and
okay.
just talk just a little bit more to him about that, and at some point, we'll spend some more time probably out in the wilderness just to get you used to these forms. But it is still us. It is still the same banter. Nobody really. We are still the same people.
Okay. He sits
And hey,
down,
when you get
and he starts sipping his wine. And in meta terms, the original 6 was a failure and was going to make things worse. But with the inspiration, that turned it into a success and made things better.
Okay, so once that's done, then I go back, and now I start scowling and being unapproachable.
Okay, fair enough. So we'll keep your 20 for that. So with that unapproachable look, you see one person kind of walking a bit that direction. He's got what looks like some sort of gardening implement, like a rake or something like that. And he's talking to somebody out of view. But then he sees Cyclonus standing there, and with his 20, he immediately changes his mind and walks the other way. You know what? Let's go get that drink after all. And then the voices fade. So the 10 minutes passes, and Darcy, you're back in the human form.
Alright, I get out of my solid snake box.
All right. All right. So yeah, if you go back inside, you'll see that Sebastian is eating. Gizzard, I'm assuming you're still in there eating as well. Tavros, by now you've washed up. Are you gonna return to the inn?
Yeah.
Okay. So as Darcy and Cyclonen, as you come in, you see Tavros coming back in through the front door.
welcome back, Tavros.
Thank you.
Tavros, most of your food is still sitting there.
I think I don't feel hungry anymore.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
If you wish to eat, I can order you a meal much like what the rest of us had.
No, I don't feel like I should eat anymore. My stomach, I don't know what happened.
perhaps we should stay near the restroom.
Yeah.
That could be considered poison from a certain point of view.
I had to cure it like poison.
So the waitress comes in, seeing the look on, Tavros looking pale and looking kind of sick. He says, "I'm sorry. We really shouldn't serve that anymore. Should I take it away?"
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done for the night.
So she takes the 2 plates and heads.
If I could just get a drink, that would
Of course.
suffice.
Would you like an extra strong?
I would like the biggest, strongest drink you have to help me forget what I just consumed.
Of course.
Thank you.
She goes
Make it a
back.
double.
I see. Alright, she goes back. And a few minutes later, she comes out with two massive tankards that she puts in front of Tavros. And Tavros, it's really strong alcohol. You think it started as wine, but it's moved past that.
Perfect.
Vinegar?
All right, so as Tavros gets his giant drinks, what do you guys talk about, if anything?
Oh.
Well, I guess we do have to do some planning. So, Conglomerate, you have some knowledge about these people in this place?
Yeah, they were kind of speaking some weird, jacked up version of Infernal. What do you want to
was
know
Abyssal.
about them? Abyssal, sorry, misspeak.
Abyssal, you say?
Yes.
How did you know this?
Oh, I can understand it.
In Abyssal, I say, oh, is that a fact?
I guess I respond in Abyssal. Yeah, I know a lot of languages. My people like to learn languages.
Huh. I guess if we ever have... Does anybody else here know how to speak Abyssal?
No.
Conglomerate, if we ever need to have a private conversation.
Yeah, I guess. Or I could just telepathically communicate with you. That one works
That's
too.
true, but isn't that only one way?
Yeah, no, you're right. It is only one way.
I will have to rectify that issue.
What comes to mind? What is a language everyone can speak outside of
We
the
got
obvious?
Celestial.
I can speak.
I know a lot.
Minotaur.
I would hope you know your own language.
That's
You
the
guys-
only other language I know, other than
Anybody
Celestial.
got like deep speech or primordial?
No.
I do
No,
know primordial.
Judge can speak primordial.
No, sweet.
I can speak
me-
silver.
I didn't pick that one up.
I can speak Abyssal, Celestial, okay, that one. Draconic, there were many dragon-born-like creatures that I had to interact with, and Primordial, due to overseeing the elemental magistry. Much conversation about elementals and the elements in general.
Sure.
Is Sebastian stress eating?
He probably is.
You notice that you're not sure where. Notice that he got some bread from somewhere, and he seems
God.
to be shoveling it.
Not the bread.
The bread is back.
The bread
Sebastian,
is back. Is it just like a bunch of loaves in a basket that he's just munching on, or what?
Yeah, basically, he's got his regular plate of food, which is mostly gone, and now he's just eating the bread.
Sebastian, I know that this may be a stressful time for you, but one thing I'd want you to remember is that you're under the protection of some of the most powerful people in the land. There is a great deal you have to worry about in the grand scheme of things.
He's saying lay off the bread.
Darcy's going to take his bread basket away.
You take it
No-
away, and
No more bread.
Actually, you go to take it away. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Oh, come on. You can beat
Uh-oh.
this kid up. Come on.
Say that. I have a negative. But the power of inspiration upon me.
Oh, you're not inspired enough. Oh, wait, that was Sebastian? Oh, he's dog.
He's done. He's done with the
Well,
bread.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll.
Come on, Darcy.
Hold
Take
on.
this-
Where is it? Where is it? Strength.
Yeah, just do ability check.
Yeah,
His heart's
yeah.
not really in it, and you pull it away from him. At first, he tries to resist, but then lets it go. And he says, "I'm sorry. For some reason, when I get too stressed, eating the bread makes me feel a little better."
Yes,
Or-
but it is also how you make yourself sick and gain the weight.
True, I know. Okay, I won't eat any more bread for
Well,
today.
that's not necessarily the case. We don't want you to have a bad relationship with bread like you have right now. So eat an
Yes.
average amount, but like I think what we're trying to get at is you need to redirect your energy into different ways. And maybe there's a different coping mechanism that helps you more and can be more beneficial.
What did I just
Something to think about.
walk in on?
Oh, we're
trying to
talking
give,
to
Sebastian
Sebastian
a
about
walk.
bread.
I
He's stress
got it.
eating.
We're trying to quit his habit of eating his feelings because it builds a bad
No.
relationship with food.
I'm using my high wisdom as an excuse to
Yeah, go ahead and give me a
him.
persuasion check, Conglomerate.
Yeah, well, see,
Yeah,
that's where I
okay.
get messed up.
You got that high
my-
wisdom. Let's see it.
well, the wisdom let me tell him what I think is right. The charisma lets me say it like an asshole.
Okay.
13's not terrible.
So yeah, he kind of nods and he says, "Okay."
Just something to think about.
Yeah.
Food for thought, if you will.
God damn it! There it goes. There it all goes.
So in meta terms, just to be clear, what you guys, what the stuff you're saying, you're trying to the point you're trying to get across is what your character wants to say. Your actual roles are how well the character can really articulate that. So
Yes.
you got that wisdom. Do you have the the charisma to back it up, kind of thing?
Yeah.
All right,
Absolutely.
so he kind of nods and he kind of puts the piece of bread he still had in his hand, on his plate, and he kind of shoves it away. Okay, where are we going next?
I think we're gonna stay here for a little while. I think Judge has a lot of studying to do, but I don't know. It's a good
Yeah.
question.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
I don't know.
I think we're going to head back to those caves.
What caves?
Oh,
The
you don't
caves
want
you
to
missed
go
out on,
there.
because you are in the safety of civilization, which is where you should stay.
These caves are pretty nasty. You probably
Yeah.
don't want to go there.
Very
Yeah.
frightening things.
What's the
Pretty mean.
where are these caves located?
Like
Deep underground in a hole.
deep
In the
underground
Oh,
through
Yeah,
a magic door.
He says, I get that the caves are underground, but I meant where's the entrance located?
It's
Below
like
my
a
feet.
magic door. I think it's somewhere adjacent to the underworld. What's that called here?
Urmanig.
Ormanig. I think it's like somewhere adjacent to Urmanig.
It might be Urbanig.
Well, I don't know. The river makes me question, but like,
Good point.
yeah, it's possible.
Okay. So how do we get there?
No,
From
Sebastian, we do not get
You
there.
don't get to
We
go.
are gonna get there. You can just stay
We
up
minus
here.
you.
He puts
We minus
he
you.
puts his head in his hands, and he says, "I guess I'm not asking very well. How would you get there from here? Where do you have to go to get there?"
Oh, I think this entrance is it's under one of the
It's at the tower.
watchtowers. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
at the
underneath the
watchtower
tower.
in a cavern, and then there's a magic door guarded by some like water spirits, and you just kind of walk through there after.
So is it near Cepesus or Katniss or what's the
It's at
closest place?
is it the Katniss watchtower? I think
As this
that's
is
the
going
one.
on, I'm gonna look around at other patrons.
Yeah, make
Oh, yeah,
sure no one's looking at us like we're crazy.
listening into us, just like, oh, okay.
It's still there's still not many people in here. The waitress has kind of gone away once delivering Tavros' drinks, so there are people, but none of them are nearby.
Yeah, just making sure nobody seems to be taking an interest in us.
Not that you can tell. You can give me a perception check though if you want to be extra sure.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yeah.
But Sebastian,
Yeah, you're pretty sure no one's really paying you any mind. They seem to be paying attention to their own meals and drinks.
the part of the reason we are being cagey about this is that there are others that, other champions, if you will. I mean, although it's hard to consider the Punk Pantheon champions, but there are others who may take interest in the same location, and thus a certain amount of secrecy is in order. And given the kind of competition we are dealing with, it is not always easy to determine whether or not we are being watched.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, as you said I should stay in civilization. Did you mean I'd stay here, or are we going somewhere else first?
I mean, the closest place would be your uncle's. We'll just go back to your uncle.
Oh, okay. So Cephesus then. Oh, and then he covers his mouth. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, that is okay. It is well known
Yeah.
that that is where you live.
Yeah. Not exactly the most secretive place on the planet.
But if you are allowed to stay here, this may be a good opportunity to do some studies. You might be able to
I was
learn
told that I couldn't see the Oracle right now. I could go to the library, but I think I'd probably just go back with you to my uncle's for now.
Well, that is certainly a reasonable option. Assuming that everything goes well, where we are going, we can tell you about it afterwards, but it is a little bit too risky now. Plus, also, if somebody thought you knew, we wouldn't want you to have any undue attention. I mean, you already had enough of that before.
Yeah.
But yes, it is truly a complicated world and situation.
Okay, so you guys are going to these caves to do something there. And then I'll go to my uncle, I guess. And then you talked about these other people that that you're afraid are listening to you. Are those people you're gonna have to go and deal with?
Yeah.
At some point, probably.
Something
some
like
point.
that, yeah.
We'll deal with
Yeah.
them, or they'll deal with us.
Are they
Either
like
way.
you and he whispers champions?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
mean.
If you want to call champions people who go and destroy other people's places of worship and structures, I do not know if you have heard about what had happened at Catanese, and there are some. There's a great deal of vandalism that happened in the forest over to the southwest.
Yeah, I've heard of fallen champions before, where the champions of other gods would have to go and take care of them.
Yes, it is hard to call such people champions when they do not wish to live in peace.
Oh, yeah, it's just the only word I know.
It is understandable we would have to use the same word as well, whether we like it or
Yeah.
not.
Okay, well, I guess I'll have nothing to eat and drink, so I'll just
You can eat. This
I'll
is best to have a balanced meal.
I'll just go outside and walk around for a while if you don't mind.
Of course.
And then he gets up and he starts heading for the door.
Bye.
Have fun
Alright.
out there.
He goes out the door. So Sebastian is left. What are you guys doing in the meantime? or no?
I would like to rest to get some of this exhaustion away. Is there like a sauna, or like maybe a magical pool that I can swim in,
There's the magical water basin that you jumped in
Don't
earlier.
That's your throw up off of you. Imagine.
There are public baths, so you could definitely go to the baths. You
Yeah, I'll
doubt
do
that they
that.
would let you back up to the Oracle place at this point.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so Tavros is gonna head to the baths then. What's everybody else doing? You guys
How
know
late in the
that
day is it?
you don't have any rooms or anything. You got the free meal, but that's it.
How late in the evening is it? Is it nighttime?
Yeah,
Or is it just...
it's evening. It's like 6:20.
Okay.
I wonder how long it is going to take Judge to complete his research.
You can go ask him.
I can ask him simply.
Well, I was referring more to how many days.
Yeah, you can go
Oh.
ask him.
I will make him come.
Probably, I would think, at least a whole nother day. We did just arrive.
I guess that gives me time to think.
That it does.
I need to figure out what it is that I wish to find out.
Okay.
That's all right. Let me know if you need help with that, because I'm good at the thinking.
I wish
Look
I
at the
could get
big
help
brain
with
on
it.
Gizzard.
Yeah, I got a huge brain. My brain, massive.
Lizard brain.
Lizard
Not
brain.
only do I not know what answer I seek, I'm not even sure what the question is.
All right. Well, that's not a
I
very
think
good
the
starting
answer
point.
is 42. I'm not sure what the question is either, though.
Yeah, I've been told that before.
Yes, this is still somehow not quite enlightening.
If you
Speaking
figure
of
out that.
which, you did do some research already, Cyclonin. So you found that the Meladon Islands is where you're at, and you know that they are south, pretty far south compared to the mainland. You do know that apparently going further south is quite difficult as the winds become still and the sailing becomes very difficult. And a colony was established on the major island, kind of where you guys are now. Um, the islands themselves are rich in mineral resources in the mountains, rare fruits, herbs, plants in the jungles, which are routinely traded to the mainland for food, clothing, and other necessities. The colony, from what you understand itself, is still fairly young and still in the process of expanding and exploiting the land. Apparently, there have been previous failed attempts. What you've been able to find, it wasn't clear why they failed exactly. Although you do know that there are several location of several battlefields that still present to this day. The colony is currently under the rule of the Polis of Mathena, and which is considered the most influential of the 6 poli. You also found out that storms between the Meladon Islands and the mainland are common, requiring skilled sailing with high-quality routes to get through. And it's apparently there's a history in the past of many dying and going wayward before usable routes were found. And even now, that still happens on occasion. And so that means that travel between the mainland and the island is mostly for business-related reasons and migration. But that migration apparently is starting to slow down. And that's basically what you learn. what you learned at the library.
That is quite interesting to find all that out at the Meladon Island Welcome Center. Well, city's might as well turn in early tonight. So what are we doing about accommodations?
Don't they have rooms for us? We just have to pay for it.
This is an inn, but the meal was free. They didn't say anything about accommodations, though.
You got your prophecy, now get out.
Right. Darcy's gonna go up to. Is there anyone working there
Yeah,
in
there's an
the
innkeeper,
bar?
and there are people. There are servers and servants working and whatnot. So as you walk up, you find the innkeeper there. Also a woman, fairly fit though, reasonably muscular, and she says, "Yes, did you find your meal acceptable?"
Oh, it was wonderful, thank you. I am just wondering, is there any rooms available, or are we going to have to rest outside?
Oh no, we sometimes get pilgrims who stay for multiple days. Let's see what we have. We have 4 rooms available right now. Each room has 2 beds and has accommodations for storing your clothing and equipment. Each room is 2 Mithna a night. And you can have up to 3 people in a room, although I would suggest only 2 since there's only 2 beds.
Oh, are they only single beds, not
Yes,
not the regular?
there's 2 single beds in each room. And we have
All
up
right.
to 4 rooms available. So, can I interest you in some rooms?
Yes, we'll take what? How many are there? We just need 3 rooms, right?
3.
All right, 3 rooms, so that'll be 6 Mithna per night. How many nights are you planning on staying?
Let us start with 1. We will have to find out whether we will need an extended stay.
Okay. Let's see. Tomorrow, I believe there is a big group of there's a big group coming. So if you wish to stay another night, please let me know in the morning. Otherwise, rooms may not be available.
We may know as soon as later tonight.
Alright.
We're just waiting for our companion to return.
All right then. So that'll be 6 Mithna.
I'll pay it.
All right. She takes the money, and then she hands you 3 keys, and she says, "If you head up the stairs, it'll be to the right, near the end. There will be there's a number on each key, and you'll see the number on the doors."
Thank you.
I saw 2 of your friends they left. The tall one and the boy. Well, I guess he's not a boy, but the younger one. Should I tell them where you are if they return?
Yes, that would appreciate that. First she's gonna hand Cyclone the key.
Thank you.
He's gonna go find one of the others. Who's ever. You guys are still in the inn, right? Y'all didn't wander off.
I'm at the pool. I'm at the bath.
Yeah. So Tavros is gone. Sebastian is gone. I'm assuming Gizzard's with you though.
Yeah, because there's Gizzard and there's Conglomerate, right? That's what I was asking.
Yeah, Conglomerate, you're still around, right?
Yeah, but just go back.
Yeah.
What's up?
So Judge Tavros and Sebastian are the ones missing.
Okay. She's gonna go up to Gizzard and she's like, "Here's a key to your room. You decide who you're going to be staying with. I already know who I'm going to be staying with. The clown also has a key, so if Tavros comes wandering around and wanting to know where he's staying, I guess it's going to be Cyclonen."
Damn.
Cyclone sleeps on the roof anyways.
I mean, I don't mind. Tavros, I mean, I would share a bed with you, but you're probably too large to share a bed with, to be honest with you.
Yeah, not very comfortably. You'll get pushed off.
Yeah, that's kind of the.
I'm a cover hog.
Yeah.
I feel like you starfish in the middle, and then the bed tries not to break.
Exactly. You can sleep on the ground, though.
No.
You can tell, Gizzard, that Tavros is looking really tired. I mean, more tired than you would expect, given how he looked earlier today.
So, round 2 of the spicy death.
No, I'm still taking a bath.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you would have noticed that, but he's not there right now.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
relaxing right now.
So I'm assuming you guys go up to your rooms.
I'm gonna actually go find Sebastian so he knows what's going on.
Okay, so you go to head off to find Sebastian, and as you go outside, you look around and you see one of the temples. There's 2 temples at this particular place, and this one's the Temple of Keranos. And he is sitting outside of the temple, kind of on a bench off to the side. There's a couple other people around, but at the moment, Sebastian's not talking to anybody. He seems to be thinking.
All right, I'm gonna head over.
All right, so you get all the way there, and he hasn't noticed you.
Boo.
Right, because that's totally what I need to do after he's having to not stress eat and deal with all his problems. Sebastian.
He looks up. Oh, hi.
We have gotten rooms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I can go to the room and lay down. Can you show me where it is?
Sure, you'll be bunking with me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lead him off.
All right. He follows you along, and as he gets there, and he says, "So how many rooms did we get?"
We got 3.
Okay. There's 7 of us, so who else is gonna be in our room?
They'll figure it out.
Okay. And he follows you back.
I'm sure someone will either sleep on a roof or on the floor. It's fine. We have sleeping bags. The slumber party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough. All right, you go and you get Sebastian. Gizzard, are you doing anything after she leaves?
No, not really.
You're just gonna head to your room.
Yeah.
Okay. And Cyclonen, you find your room as well. Are you gonna do anything?
Guess I'm probably just gonna sort of meditate for a little while. Once it gets dark enough, I might go ahead and go up on the roof to stare at the stars, but I'll keep an ear out for anybody coming to the door, and I will go back inside to sleep.
Yeah, for the moment, the sun is starting to set. It is getting darker, but the stars aren't really out yet. All right. So Tavros, you found the public baths, and so the basic bath is free. You can get it's basic bath with just normal lukewarm water. You can get
I'm trying to get pampered today.
You can get a hot bath that is otherwise public for 5 Mithna, and you can get a private hot bath for 2 gold Mithna.
I'll just get a hot bath, a hot public bath.
All right, so they charge you 5 Mithna for that, and you sit in the water. It's unfortunately not magical or anything, but it is hot and it is soothing. And so you kind of go in there and you get in the water, and you find yourself after you finish after you clean up and you kind of relax for a bit, you find yourself kind of nodding off, as you're in the water.
Mm-hmm. Peaceful.
All right, so how long are you going to spend in the bath?
Until I wake up, I guess.
Make a Constitution save to avoid drowning.
That sounds like a good idea. No, actually, you do wind up kind of, you kind of start nodding off, and then your face gets in the water, and you kind of wake up, and that happens. So
Let's say like an hour or two, like an hour and a half.
okay. Darcy, you get back to your room with Sebastian. I'm gonna go ahead and advance unless anybody else is gonna do anything.
No.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and go to probably about 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, Judge, you're told that your time is up for the day. Yeah, you already purchased what you needed for your research for that day. So have you finished getting a spell yet, or is it you have to come back tomorrow?
I have one spell.
I can't hear you if you're talking.
I have one spell. It took the entire 6 hours to get this one spell, non-detection. And I also paid for enough spell components so that we have 12 castings of this spell.
Okay. All right. Make sure that goes on your sheet. And
It
so,
is. I had a little bit of problem with my inventory. You can fix it later out of session, but there's a vial in here that says spell components, but it's just not acting right. I don't know if you want to take a look at it later.
okay, fair enough. All right. So yeah, once your time is up, the same woman who escorted you in comes over to you, and she says, "Well, you know how this goes. I am going to put this blindfold on you. I mean you no harm."
Did it take like 10 minutes to get out of here?
And so yeah, so she puts the blindfold on you. You get the same.
I heard Tyler asking about the time, so about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Does it take 10 minutes to get from the library back out to the place, the public?
Yeah, probably more than that actually.
In that case, yeah, I'll turn back into a human.
Okay. So so you spend 10 minutes turning into a human, and then she blindfolds you, and you get that same sensation as before, where you kind of lose your extra sensory senses, and then she escorts you back out until you get to the room with the telescope, and then blindfolds you, and she says, "People are retiring for the evening, so the guard here will escort you out of the Oracle's compound, and once you get to the road, it should be easy enough to get back to the inn. Do you have any questions?"
Of course. No, thank you. I look forward to coming back tomorrow.
Of course. And then, so yes, she escorts you out, and you get to the road, and so what do you do from there?
Well, it's pretty late. I did get a meal at the library, so yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to the inn to see if I can find anybody.
Okay. Once you arrive at the inn, nobody's there. Nobody's in the common room. They let you in, and the innkeeper sees you come in and asks, "Are you looking for somebody?"
Yes, the group of peoples that did not come in with a caravan, a pilgrimage, just by ourselves. I am with that group of peoples.
Oh, yes. Go upstairs to the right toward the inn. The last 3 rooms are theirs. You can
Thank you.
knock on whichever door you wish.
Thank you. And I'll go ahead and go upstairs.
And earlier, Tavros, you would have left as well, gone up to, gone up. And as soon as they saw you, Tavros, as soon as the innkeeper saw you go back in the inn, she would have told you about your friends. They got
Yeah.
rooms and directed you as well. All right, so who's sleeping where?
Well, Judge got here last, so unless Cyclonus on the roof still.
He said he'd come in to let people into his room. So he's hanging out on the roof watching the stars, but still coming back in.
Yeah, well, 11 o'clock's late enough. I think I would have actually gone back in.
Okay. All right, so you got Darcy and Sebastian. You got Cyclonin. Who's with Cyclonin?
Sure, I'll be a Cyclone.
All right, so Tavros is in there with you, Cyclonin. Who's with Gizzard? I guess that would be Conglomerate then?
I think so.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
And then you have Darcy and Sebastian. So who am I forgetting?
Judge.
Judge. So Judge, you find as you get up there, you knock on the doors, and each of the 3 rooms they got, each has 2 people in it. You find Darcy and Sebastian. You find Gizzard and Conglomerate, and Cyclonin and Tavros. So what do you do?
Just to let you all know, I have gotten.
You're super quiet. You're talking through the door.
No, sorry. I'll go ahead and just to let everybody know, I have successfully finished the first of the few spells that we are going to be wanting. I would appreciate the other 2 days this week of research here at the library, but we can head off after that. I will be heading off in the morning after breakfast to go back to the library so that it won't be so late at night that I return.
You'll need 3 days.
Yeah, that's all I am allowed to have.
You got quiet again.
That's all I'm allowed to have for this week, but today was day 1. So 2 more starting tomorrow morning.
So in the morning we will need 1 more day here at the inn.
Yes.
All right, I will make sure to let Darcy know.
Okay. And I just kind of make one last check. 2 rooms.
You're so quiet.
Room. Okay. I just let everybody know, and I turn around and go back down the hall.
He was talking through the walls this time.
Sorry. Why does this not work today? It's frustrating. All right. I just double check 2 rooms, or 2 people per room, 2 beds.
Oh my
per room.
goodness.
Okay. Thank you.
It is 2 beds per room. Currently, all the beds are occupied, and they got 3 rooms. So who are you gonna bunk with?
I'm gonna tell everybody thank you. I just wanted to let you all know what was going on, and I turn around and walk back down the hall.
Okay.
Bye.
So what are you doing?
Going down to the innkeeper.
She says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I would like a room.
Well, you're just in luck. We have 1 room left. It has 2 beds, and if you wish, it's 2 mithna per night.
Excellent. I would like 2 nights. So tonight and 1 more night should be good, and that would be our 3 days. Yeah.
All right then. So that'll be 4 mithna.
Excellent.
And she hands you a key, and it's basically they had the last 3 rooms. It's basically right next to the closest one. So it makes the last 4 rooms.
Okay. I know it is late. I don't suppose. Wait a second. I take that back. Jeremy.
Yeah.
Each room has just 2 beds in it.
2 beds and then some furniture for putting clothes and stuff in.
All right, like 2 beds and like a little dresser or something.
Yeah.
I do not suppose it would be too much trouble to have one of the beds exchanged for a chair for reading.
a chair.
Is it too late for
It's
that? Or no?
the staff is more or less retired, so tomorrow you can do
Okay.
that. But for today, I think I don't think there's anybody here to do that yet.
Excellent. That is fine. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Oh, and is the kitchen open?
No, dinner has already been served. I can probably get you a
just
drink
a bottle
if you
of
need.
just a bottle of wine as a nightcap.
All right then. So they bring out a bottle of wine, and she says that'll be 1 gold mithna.
A gold mithna. Rather expensive wine.
It's pretty
Okay.
good, but yes, it does cost some a bit to get it up here, and so yeah, we have to charge a little bit more.
All right. I am terribly sorry to do this. Do you have something a little less than a gold mithna?
Well,
I've got 4 mithna for something decent as a nightcap.
There is there is water you can get outside. We
All
do
right.
have. I could probably scrounge up some juice for you for 5 mithna.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to retire for now. Apparently, I got in over my head. Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Wow, if only
Right.
somebody had a large keg of mead.
Oh yeah, I figured even that shouldn't be worth platinum. I mean, come on. Anyway, I go back to my private room, and
Okay,
I'll
fair
go
enough.
ahead and take my books out and put them on one bed and go to sleep.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and advance to the next day, unless anybody else is doing anything during the night.
Sleeping.
All right, so the sun comes up, and probably somewhere around 7, people start waking up. Tavros, because you've got a good night's sleep, your exhaustion, you lose your level of exhaustion, so
Let's
you're back to normal.
go. Alright.
Judge, I'm assuming you're going to the library basically right after lunch, but are you guys going to eat, or right after breakfast? Are you guys going to eat breakfast together?
Sure. If everybody else is down eating, I'm gonna be ready and prestidigitation cleaned in my robes.
So as you
Going down to
guys
get a good breakfast.
go to head downstairs, you notice that there's already a large number of people down there, and the innkeeper. Once you go downstairs, Darcy, the innkeeper flags you.
Yep.
She says, "I've already got requests for most of the rest of the rooms, and we're expecting even more people later today. So if do you wish to stay longer, or is the one night sufficient?"
Judge said we would need another night.
You need at least another night.
Okay then. So she marks it. So that'll be another 6 mithna.
Yep. She gives it over.
All right then. Your rooms are secure. I'm glad you came down in the morning, because in a couple hours your rooms would have been gone. So thank you for being prompt. So you guys go to find a table, and you find the place is crowded. You find a kind of small table in the back, but with the 7 of you, where you're kind of scrunched in together to fit around the table. And eventually the waitress comes over, and she says, good to see you once again. Tavros, you recognize her as the one who delivered your meal last night. And she looks at you. She has this apologetic look on her face, and she says, I hope you're feeling better today.
Yes, much better.
Good. Well, you unfortunately, the Oracle only instructed us to cover the one meal. So I'll gladly bring out a good breakfast for you, but it will be 2 Mithna per person.
Grumble, grumble. Okay.
She seems to be waiting for a response.
Oh, I take out 2 Mithna and there.
Oh, very good. And the rest of you?
How much did you pay?
2
Oh, yeah.
Mithna.
Okay.
2 Mithna. I'll pay it.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Alright.
pay 2 Mithna.
Cool. Darcy?
Oh yeah, I'm eating breakfast.
And Judge.
Yeah, I said I'll pay.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so she takes the Mithna, and then you notice that Sebastian pays for himself. Thank you very much. Just give me a few moments, and I will be out with the meal. And she heads off. You were going to say something, Darcy?
Yeah, she wants wine. It's the good stuff.
The waitress stops and comes back. Oh, indeed. If you want to add higher quality wine, that'll be an extra 2 Mithna.
Not for
I
them.
was
Just for
I was
her. She
getting
wants her own
charged.
bottle.
Well, you
She's
wanted a whole
like,
bottle, yeah.
yeah, she wants her own private bottle.
She
She's not
assumed
sharing.
you wanted a glass of it.
No.
Oh, then that I'm afraid if you want a whole bottle, that will be 10 gold Mithna.
Wow.
Yeah. Why is 10?
I don't make the prices, but it is very expensive. The wine you normally get at breakfast is a bit watered down for obvious reasons. Just between you and me, there is a scooch lower quality in the back I can get you for 1 gold Mithna.
There we go.
Very good. And she heads off. All right, so a few minutes comes by, and she comes back, gives the bottle to Darcy. Everybody else gets just a cup, and then you get some bread, cheese. You get some more of the boar meat, some various different vegetables, grapes. Yeah, that's about it. So she gives each person the meal and then kind of heads off. It's kind of loud in here, so as you're talking, and on the one hand, the chance of you being overheard is pretty small. On the other hand, it's also hard to hear each other. So is there anything you do or talk about while you're eating?
If we have to shout at each other, there's no real point. We can wait till we walk outside.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I think Tyler was trying to realistically depict how difficult it was to hear people.
Sorry. Yeah, the library they have here is wonderful. Everything you can imagine. But everything costs.
Of course, that is why it's so wonderful, and it costs money.
Well, hopefully with my next 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can finish up the things we need in the next 2 days. I will be rushing. Not rushing, but I will do my best to get everything required. So we will be set. I would love to come back here. I would love to come back here with more leisure time, but I am focusing on just what we need. Yes.
Well, just get what you need. I guess we will occupy ourselves in the meantime.
This is a very nice place. It's wonderful. It's serene. It's quiet. Maybe a little bit of a relaxation, prepare ourselves mentally and physically.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I will say.
Oh, I wish it would work like that.
It can.
So, Davros, are you missing the mystery meat? I guess
Yes.
the
I
spicy
guess
food
not.
fusion again.
Yeah, I guess he's still sleeping.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, the spicy meat just does not hit the spot like mystery meat does.
I wonder
What if
why.
I were to go find something and have them prepare it?
Oh, that'd be great.
You're going to go hunt?
Yes, it is too late for this meal, but perhaps I can give Tavros an interesting dinner.
Please do.
All right, I'm gonna actually go and talk to the cooks or whatever and try and negotiate here.
Okay, so you go up to go find. Sorry, you
You're
go up to
mute
go
now.
find the cooks, and as you try to go in the back, one of the servants kind of stops you. He's like, I guess shouldn't are not permitted to go back where the cooks are working, please.
I was not trying to go back there. I was just trying to see if I could negotiate, see if it is possible to maybe work out a trade. If I bring a quality game animal back in exchange for free meals for myself for the rest of my stay, perhaps. Which I expect only be 2 days at most.
Oh, I see. Hold on a moment. So she goes back, and she comes back with this kind of rotund man, balding rotund figure who walks up and says, "I'm the cook around here. What is it? What kind of deals you had?"
Well, I was planning to go out hunting for game animal on behalf of a friend of mine, but it occurred to me that perhaps there was a barter that could be made. If I bring back a suitable game animal, I was wondering if I could exchange that for a couple of days worth of free meals for myself.
Sounds good to me. Depends on the quality of the animal, of course.
All right, well, I will do my best.
Mm.
Thank you.
You do that. If you go and you find something like that, you bring it back here, and then you simply have to ask for me. The name is Dismas.
Dismas, pleasure to meet you.
Of course.
All right, I'm gonna go back to the table and talk to Conglomerate here.
Okay.
Conglomerate. I wish
Yeah.
to go on a hunt, but while I can be rather stealthy, I am not sure that my tracking is up to the task. I was wondering if you would want to go on a hunt with me.
Yeah, I'm down. That sounds like a good time.
All right. There is one important condition, and that is that we cannot tell Tavros what it is that we catch.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Wait. Why
Alright.
did I never think of this? This is genius.
Kind of like it. Yeah. All right. What type of creature are you looking for?
I do not know. Preferably something sizable. I'm running short on funds and offer to negotiate with the cooks for that they would allow me to eat for free here for the next 2 days if I brought back a suitable game animal.
All right. Yeah. Let's go do it.
Excellent.
All right. So you guys go to finish your meal, and then planning on going hunting. After the meal, so I'll go ahead and just move it ahead about an hour. So after the meal, Judge, you head back over to the Oracle, correct?
Yes, I head back over to the Oracle right after breakfast, and I'll spend my 6 hours more in the morning.
Okay, yeah, and once you get there, they will let you in. You know, you'll say what you're there for, and the same process before. They blindfold you and you take you down in there, and they seem to be ready for you. Meanwhile, Cyclonin and Conglomerate, you're gonna go off, on a hunt. Um, Gizzard, what are your plans?
Hmm. What are you planning on doing, Tavros? Tavros,
I was just gonna wander. I don't really have any plans.
let's
What
wander
is there to
somewhere.
even do here?
I don't know. Let's explore. We're gonna explore.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're gonna wander around and explore the area. Cool.
See what we can find.
Darcy and so Sebastian um, seems like he is gonna stick with you, at least right now. So what are your plans, Darcy?
Um, I assume since this is a major tourist area, that they have like what? Wouldn't they have like maybe a little garden sitting area?
Yeah, so they have two temples, and around each temple there are various benches to sit down and relax. There's gardens. There's fountains. Um, you'll oftentimes find people there. Some people will be playing music, or some people will be telling stories, that kind of thing. There are public baths. There are some shops where people can buy stuff. Although, based on what you've seen so far, you expect prices to be higher than normal.
The tourist price.
There are various places set around where people can covered areas where people can kind of sit in the shade when they're bored. Um, but that's really about it. People seem to come here on a pilgrimage to see the Oracle or not. So there isn't a lot to do outside of those things.
All right. Well, she didn't have a refreshing bath the other night, so she'll have a refreshing bath in the morning, and then probably from there
So as
she'll.
Sebastian goes to follow you, what do you do?
I'm sure he can read the room whenever it's like, oh, we're at the bathhouse.
Okay, fair enough. So he goes off on his own and leaves you
That
alone.
to see him be so brazen.
One question is Sebastian just basically goes to the public baths, the free ones. But there are heated baths, and so for was it five Mithna, you can get a heated bath, a public heated bath, and for 10 gold Mithna, you can get a heated private bath.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a princess. She needs her own privacy.
Okay, so that'll be 10 gold Mithna. And just to be clear, of course, when I say public baths, they are separated as you would expect.
I don't know. The Greek and Romans didn't care.
No, but this place seems to at least a little.
All right. So 10 normal Mithna for private fancy baths.
No, it's 10 gold Mithna for the private bath. It's 5 regular Mithna for the public heated bath.
What comes with the private bath?
Well, with the private bath, you get fancy perfumes, soaps, luxurious towels, and of course privacy.
Yeah. That's for me.
Cool. All right, so you guys go to the baths. Sebastian is going in the public baths. Gizzard and Tavros, as you start wandering around, like I mentioned to Darcy, there's the temples, the gardens, places to sit and relax, people singing and stuff like that. There's the baths, the shops, but there's really not much else other than you're up in the mountains. So obviously, if you leave the walls, there's the wilderness.
Yeah.
So you kind of wander around for a while, and you see what there is to do. Doesn't take that long. What are you guys gonna do after that?
Tavros, do you want to
Yeah.
frolic in the garden with me?
Sure, I like frolicking.
Okay, let's frolic.
I show all the pretty flowers,
Exactly.
rolling them.
Fair enough. So you go to
We're gonna
frolic
frolic.
in the garden, and I can absolutely picture Tavros just rolling.
Yes.
All right, so Conglomerate and Cyclonin, you guys leave the walls to go hunting. You are up in the mountains, so it's a bit harder to find game, especially large animals, although not impossible. So what is your plan?
I guess we'll head out into the surrounding region a little bit, and I'll just kind of look around and see what tracks I can pick up, and we'll just go from there. That sound good?
That should work. And if we could catch at least 2 large creatures, or perhaps a suitable amount of smaller ones, I could probably negotiate so that your meals are covered as well. Originally, I was going to hope that. Originally, I was going to do this for myself, but once I got you involved, might as well make it worth your while.
All
And
right,
before we
yeah.
go off on this, sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, keep going.
Before we go, I dump off my armor because I probably don't want to be at disadvantage on stealth for this stuff.
Fair enough. All right, so Conglomerate, you said you're going to look for tracks, so go ahead and give me a survival check.
Yep. Well. All right.
All right, with a
Yeah.
22, the DC was 20, so you did make it, but it is pretty difficult. So you do find 3 different sets of tracks, really, but they go off in different directions. One set of tracks seems to be a larger animal. There might be more than one, but you're not sure. The second set of tracks seems to be at least a couple of smaller animals, probably rabbit size. And then the third set of tracks seems to be a larger number of medium-sized animals. But you suspect, based on the age of the tracks, that especially how hard it is to track up here, that if you follow one set of tracks, you doubt you're going to be able to make anything out of the other sets.
All right. Well, Cyclone, it appears we have a decision. I have small tracks, medium tracks, and large tracks. Which one do you want to go after?
I'd prefer to go after the large ones.
Okay, we can do that. I'm not sure how many animals are down this way, but we'll definitely take a peek.
All right,
And,
so
yeah,
you
we'll go
guys
where we can.
start going to, following the tracks. So I want to go ahead and have you guys give me a stealth check. I guess it's a good thing somebody took off their armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wait, hold on. Actually, shouldn't I have advantage for this because of?
It's in the morning,
Like-
so there's plenty of light, so what gives you advantage?
Oh, okay. If it's, I was gonna say the dimness, but that's fine. If it's not very dim, then I'll just take that.
Well, don't you have a camouflage type ability as a
I do,
Thryk?
but it's only for hiding, not for sneaking.
Yeah, right now we're basically talking about how quietly you guys can move rather than hiding. That may come up later.
Okay.
Okay, so
What was that?
You don't have pass without a trace?
Oh, I do. I didn't think we needed to use it here, but I totally can.
I mean, I don't know. How
I guess so. We're not doing anything else today. Sure.
just make sure no one else sees you. You big ugly bug and cat.
Right. Then yeah, I'll go
Well,
pass
I am
without
planning on
breaking.
using my abilities for these hunts, so there's no harm in changing.
Boop.
Okay, so let's see.
It's asking me to place a template. I don't know
Don't
if
worry
you
about
actually.
that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. That gives us each a
So
plus
plus
10.
10 bonus to dexterity checks, and you can't be tracked by magical items. Okay, so that turns into a 27 and a 26. I was
Yep.
actually about to go look up passive perceptions, but I'm not going to bother now. That is definitely good enough. All right, so you wind up coming into kind of a little bit of a valley, and inside the valley, you'll see several large creatures. Let's see, animals. Alrighty, hold on. Let me figure out what they would be. Alright, so you actually find, surprisingly for these mountains, you do find a number of rather large wolves. So, so they seem to be. It seems to be a pack, but you can tell that the pack has kind of run into a bit of hard times. Yeah, they're a bit on the skinny side, and instead of being a full pack, it looks like there are probably 4 of them. You don't see any young wolves. You do see what looks like an alpha wolf, a little bit larger than the rest, but otherwise fairly, what you expect. So let me go ahead and take you to a map.
All right.
That would definitely be a mystery meat. I do not think that is what Davros would expect.
Yeah, I like it. Let's try to take a couple of these down.
Another bonus is it looks like they are probably going to be more inclined to attack than to flee, so we do not have to worry so much about chasing our quarry.
Absolutely.
So let me go ahead and fix a few things. Oh, the party overview thing finally came up again. Wow. All right, so it'll be Darcy and Cyclonin, and then you guys will probably be actually on top. So let me move you guys. 'Cause, you guys are seeing a bit of a valley kind of thing. So down below, you'll see some wolves. So let me see if I have any wolves here. Some giant wolves. I do not. So let me go ahead and fix that real quick. Yeah, so basically we're having some on-the-fly setup here. Creatures, wolf. Come on, load. Okay, we're not having on the fly. Yeah, everything is slow today for some reason. So I'm just gonna put some stand-ins for it. We're gonna put in panthers, but they're actually wolves. And the legendary panther will stand in for the alpha.
Whoa. Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see. So yeah, we'll just use their stuff. That's fine. The legendary panther will just basically be we'll use the. Actually, I can't really use that because that's too tough. All right, it's all right. We'll just beef up this guy a little bit.
Maybe make the token a bit bigger or something if that's easy.
Yeah. Yep. I apparently need to add some wolves. Update. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative. You guys haven't attacked yet, but just so that we're already in the order, until you guys do something that would attract their attention because they haven't noticed you, we'll go ahead and just pass their turns. So we'll go ahead and add you guys, and you guys can roll your initiative. So Conglomerate, go ahead and roll yours. There you
Yep.
go. And go ahead and begin. All right, so Conglomerate, you were definitely prepared. So as you move forward, you're currently in stealth. They haven't noticed you, which means that you can attack them. If you attack them from range, then you'll have advantage because you'll be attacking from hiding. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna say to Cyclonen, I think I'm gonna try and take out the big one first. Just so we at least have something good to go back with. That sound good?
That does sound good, although
Or do you want me to wait until you get into position to attack?
we can play it by ear if you wish to lead the way.
All right, then I'm just gonna start shooting this guy.
So you're
Okay.
attacking the big one.
Well, kind of. First I'm going to bonus action throw on Hunter's Mark on the big guy.
Okay.
Target him.
So he is marked. Okay.
And you said I have advantage?
Okay. Yeah, you have advantage.
Okay, well then
Because you're
I
attacking from hiding.
have, is that on all of the attacks or just the first one?
It'll be for your whole turn.
Okay, well then I have 3 attacks to make, I believe, because of Dread Ambusher. So this will be my Dread Ambusher attack with the 1d8 and the Hunter's Mark d6.
Okay.
So let me make the attack.
That's a hit.
Nah, not quite a crit. Alright, that's fine. D6 plus 1d8.
All right,
That's
so the
22 damage.
arrow sinks deeply into the big creature. You do 22 points of damage, and it growls and howls, but clearly still lives.
Okay, here comes attack
Oh.
number 2.
There are no health bars on those critters, by the way.
Okay. So let's go ahead. Hovered by anyone. All right, so that's a 20 to hit, so that hits.
Okay. Oop. Plus a d6. Oh, I don't know why that did that. Ignore that roll.
Okay, just
I'm
re-roll it
sorry.
then. No
Yeah,
problem.
I hit attack instead of damage. That was a mistake. Okay.
So 19, is that correct?
Yep. And then
So
this will be.
the second arrow also goes in deeply, and the giant wolf, the alpha wolf, is bleeding profusely.
Okay, and last attack. That'll be a hit.
Yep.
You're just wrecking this thing.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm attacking from stealth. This is what I'm built to do. Not the best final hit though. I think
Well,
he
it's
still
enough
lives.
as the final arrow hits the wolf. You see a spurt of blood as it falls over and thuds onto the
Okay,
ground.
Cyclonen, you're on cleanup.
All right, so one of the wolves, just seeing its ally fall to the ground, I'm going to have him roll for whatchamacallit, for morale. So let's see what happens.
Stay strong. We need your body.
So he gets a 6, which means that so equal to the morale score, so normal. So yeah, so this guy, he is going. He howls, and then he runs.
No.
I guess that is the new alpha.
So let's see, 50 feet. So okay, yeah. So he runs, and
they're
he
fast.
he goes up up the other side and is out of sight.
Oh no! I hope they don't all run.
Well, you
Oh,
do have
no.
one, so-
Also cowers its tail
Yeah.
between his legs as he flees as fast as he can go.
I mean, fair enough. We do have the
What
big
was-
one though.
And what was their total movement?
100 because they're dashing.
Okay.
That'll stay.
This guy though, he howls and growls, and he starts running towards you.
Yeah, get him, Cyclonin.
So that's his base movement. He's going to hold an action to attack anybody who comes within range.
Yeah, I don't think you even have to go within range. You can just use your glaive, right?
Yeah, pretty
I see.
much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and
Range is better than his.
put an echo there. So I'll actually let me drag that over. Echo. Actually, we'll put it here. And it is time to start unleashing on that guy. So I'll go ahead and do my regular glaive attack.
That's a hit, barely, but their AC is 14.
Rerolling.
Okay.
No.
Alrighty. So you strike for 5 points. There's a gash, but he moves and dodges most of the attack.
Gonna use Unleash Incarnation to attack again.
It hits.
There it
But
is.
this time your blade sinks in deep, cutting him. He is now bloodied.
Action Surge to attack again.
You hit once more.
Man.
Rolling that. Hopefully I have better luck this time.
All right, a bit,
Slightly.
another cut. Not quite so deep this time, but he is bleeding profusely now.
Second Unleash Incarnation.
Oh my god. So many
I thought-
attacks.
Can you use multiple? I thought you found you can only use one, or am I thinking of something else?
It's one per attack because I use Action Surge. I'm getting 2 attacks.
Okay.
So I can use it. I can use it twice with Action Surge, not 4 times like I originally thought.
Okay. In that case, a 20 is a hit. And 10 points. He's on death's door, but still kicking.
Alrighty. That's my turn.
You can't bonus action use the back end of your thing or
No, because I used
something?
the bonus action to
Oh, for
summon
the
the.
Yeah.
All right, hit it in turn.
I'll finish him off.
All right. Conglomerate, you know what this guy's going to do if he survives, so what are you going to do?
Flank. Flank. Later.
It hits. All right, you do
Bye.
7 points of damage. It had 1 point. It had 1 hit point left, so I'm going to go ahead and
Yep.
end combat. Because the turn would have been spent by those wolves running, and there's enough cover around. Good luck catching them, kind of thing. So, you managed to get the alpha wolf and a regular-sized wolf. They are a bit skinnier than you would normally expect, but there's still a lot of meat. So there you go.
Yeah, especially that alpha. Alright, let's
Oops, wrong one. Sorry.
take these back, I guess.
Yep, and difficult as they were to capture, or I mean to find, I think that they probably cannot be too choosy around here.
Yeah.
All right, so
agree.
you carry these large animals back. Cyclonin, I'm pretty sure you have enough strength. What the? Oh, okay, it's back. Weird. Are you guys doing that with the token, or is that just the server going crazy?
I'm on a gray screen, so I can't be doing anything with a token.
Okay. I saw it disappear and reappear. That happened earlier, so I was just curious.
And I'm
Yeah,
also
I'm just
not doing
looking at-
anything with the token.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the
Okay.
motion.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so you kind of make your way back. So with the tracking and the carrying everything back, we'll say that takes you 2 hours. So Darcy, during those 2 hours, you managed to take your bath, and so you and Sebastian finish with your baths probably in an hour or so. So what are you two gonna do next? And if the answers go back and past the time, you can do that as well. So go ahead.
Probably go and see what the. Probably go to the gardens and see what. Probably see Tavros and.
Gizzard.
Gizzard. Yeah, Gizzard rolling in flowers, ruining landscape.
So yeah, you go there. Yeah, you'll see Gizzard prancing and Tavros rolling. So what do you do? Gizzard and Tavros, you also see them show up. So what do you guys do?
Hi. Have you
Hi.
come to prance and roll?
You
I'm
notice,
seeing, like-
Gizzard, that Darcy looks rather clean, and so does Sebastian. And Darcy actually smells rather nice.
The ground
We're
is
frolicking.
clean as well. So you might as well roll. You know what they say.
I'm not rolling on the ground.
That's a shame. Okay, then prance with me.
You can roll for everyone. You do it enough. I assume there are flowers that haven't been trampled upon.
Yeah, there's quite a bit that's still fine.
Darcy is going to make a 2 flower crowns.
Okay. So as you start doing that, Sebastian kind of watches what you're doing, and he's trying to make his own based on what you're doing. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and roll for him. His flower crown is awful. You can't even call it a crown. I mean, it's barely flowers. Somehow, him trying to use the flowers actively makes the flowers worse.
He's like, I feel like he gets one knot going, and then as soon as he starts, the flower falls apart, and then the knot falls apart.
Yeah, exactly. It's a complete disaster.
She's going to see this. It's like, here. And she's going to put one of her successful crowns on his head, since he's trying so hard. And then start making a third one and being very meticulous and showing him what she's doing so he can follow along.
And
She puts
all right,
on
so
her head.
he watches and he tries again, and he's just not getting it. It's a little better, just a little bit, but you swear you've seen toddlers do a better job. And you're not sure why. I mean, he's fine with other stuff, but when it comes to arts and crafts, apparently he is truly awful.
But perhaps this is just not for you. This is fine.
He kind of holds up this sorry crown where there's all the flowers are gone, but the stems are kind of crudely tied together, and he looks at you hopefully.
At least though staying together, there is progress.
And as you say that, one of the one of the stems kind of falls off, and the whole thing kind of just falls limply in his hands.
Tough break.
Well, you don't expect to get everything right the first time.
No, of course. And he just kind of drops it. All right. So, oh, go ahead.
Tavros, Gizzard, I have a game we could play. Since you're so
Okay.
keen on rolling in dirt.
Yeah.
What's that?
You know what tag is, right?
No.
You don't know what tag.
Explain it.
We chase each other. Try to catch the other one, and then the one who is it tries to catch everyone else.
Where here?
You're in flower bed. You've already ruined many flowers. What
You
is
make
us
a good
running
point.
on more of it?
You make a great point. Alright, let's do it. Let's play tag. I'll have you know I'm a tag expert. I've played this game my entire life.
I just had
You
to
just said you
explain
didn't
it to
know
you,
it.
so I doubt that.
Doubt that.
I assume you two at least know how to play.
I'm the most dexterous person in this party.
You're most something that's not dexterous.
It is dexterous, actually. I promise.
We shall see.
Okay. Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe we won't.
She did look at Gizzard and Sebastian and asked him, "Yeah, you know how to play this game, right? You're not Tavra."
Yeah, Sebastian nods.
Good. Tavros do not tackle anyone with his tag. We just use our hand to tap on their shoulder or back.
Tavros?
To make
What? Hello?
We're playing tag.
we're
Yeah,
playing tag.
okay.
And she's telling
No.
you do not tackle anyone.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll try. Like, it's not. I might accidentally tackle somebody, but you know, it won't be intentional.
I'll be it first, just to make things start smoothly. All right, go. 20-second head start.
Oh, you're it? Okay. Alright.
Of course I'm it. I don't trust you to be it at first.
Okay.
All right. So everybody runs off. So I guess whoever's involved, just go ahead and give a athletics check.
No. Wait. Dex or athletics?
Well, running would be more athletics.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to see who catches up, and then you can probably use Dex to Dex save or something to avoid being actually touched.
Okay. I like that. Well,
I'm out of here.
All right, so Darcy, you Tavros is gone. You know, there's just no way you're catching Tavros. However, you do quickly catch up with. I take that back. I was going to say you catch up with Gizzard, but even Gizzard is managing to keep away from you. So what do you do?
I play the long game. And
actually, I take that back. I'm sorry. I forgot to roll for somebody.
oh,
Sebastian.
Let's see how
He
he's good.
sucks.
How good he is at games. All right, he's gone. All right, you're having trouble catching Tavros and Sebastian. Because they've already got a lead, I'm going to give them advantage on their second roll. Darcy and Gizzard just get a regular roll. So Tavros, go ahead and roll athletics with advantage. Sebastian is doing the same.
Athletics with advantage, you said?
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So Sebastian gets a 20, Tavros gets a 25. Gizzard, go ahead and roll regular, and Darcy roll regular.
Okay. Regular athletics.
Yeah.
Got you. Oh my gosh.
Darcy,
Darcy.
these guys are fast on their feet apparently, because you're chasing after them and just failing to catch up to any of them.
You know what?
Get
At this
together.
point, she's not even running at them. She's just skipping in their direction.
Fair enough.
They just run away from her.
They're pretty far away now, so I say everybody but Darcy has advantage.
And you know what? She just does enough to get them to run away from her. And then after they get far enough out of sight, she's going to find a shady spot and sit down.
Fair enough. So you guys just run away from Darcy for a while, and after, several minutes of running, 5 minutes of running away, you realize that no one's chasing you.
In fact, she starts playing her freaking viola.
Wow. Sore loser.
I mean, she's not going to be able to catch you. And she's like, well, that entertained them for 5 minutes.
Good point.
All right, so you guys head back. So you guys are playing your games, and Conglomerate and Cyclonin, you finally get back to the settlement with your spoils, and okay. Hold on one moment, please. All right. Anyway, so Clennon and Conglomerate, you finally get back with your spoils, and as you get to the guards, because the place is walled off, they see you and they say, you had a good hunt, I see.
Yep, went pretty well.
Where are you taking the animals?
We're just taking them to the inn to get processed and exchange them.
We have an existing bartering agreement with the cook. Hold on, Dismas.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unusual, but I don't see any problem with it. Please go ahead. So, yeah, you make your way to the inn, and as soon as they see you coming, there are windows. Dismas meets you outside, and he says, "Oh, you actually managed to find something, did you? All right, please bring it back. Follow me to the back." And he kind of leads you around to kind of a back door that leads directly to the kitchen. Put it over there. And then he looks at the animals, and he says, "You got pretty lucky. It's actually pretty hard to find these most of the time. Most of the hunting actually happens down at the base of the mountain and at the other watchtower, and then the food is cured and prepared and sent up for the most part." And then we have some local animals, livestock here, of course, for the more fresh meat. So this is actually quite good. What was your name? Yeah, he's talking to you, Cyclona.
Elgato.
Elgato, how many do you have in your group?
There are 7 of us total.
And you're staying here today, and are you staying tomorrow?
Let's see, today's Saturday. We will be here through the day tomorrow. We'll be departing tomorrow evening.
Well, I think with this much meat, I think I can safely make a deal for you. Where either I can pay you some money, probably less than it's worth, or I can give your whole group free meals for the next couple of days.
The free meals would be quite outstanding. I only have one minor request related to that, and that would be that if one of our companions orders mystery meat, do not tell him what the meat is from. He likes these surprises.
Uh, I suspect he's spent some time at Katniss.
Yes, he has.
Tell you what I'll do. His meat. Tell the waitress to tell me to give your friend the Dismas special. And what I'll do is I'll take your meat, and there's some spices and such I can add that will give the meat a gray color instead of the normal meat. The normal. It'll still be good meat, but it'll change the flavor a bit and make it harder to identify. So you'll have the gray mystery meat for your friend.
That is absolutely perfect. Thank you. I tip my hat to you.
Of course. All right. So he leads you back to the inn proper. So by this point in time, it's probably 11. So 3 hours have passed so far. You suspect that Judge will probably be back down in another 3. So, do you want to keep doing things, or do you want to pass forward the time?
I'm fine fast forwarding to dinner.
Is everybody else okay with that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
Okay, fair enough. So and fast forward to dinner. All right, so Judge, you finish you finish your work. They do bring you a light lunch to have while you're working. So given another 6 hours and other stuff you've done, do you manage to acquire any new spells?
I acquired one new spell.
Go ahead and speak
and
louder.
I acquired one new spell, and I started on the next, but I need to come back tomorrow to finish it off. Now, I already put it in my thing and paid for it, but I still have to finish copying it tomorrow.
All right. Okay then.
And yeah, I've paid for everything so far, and nothing else to report.
Okay. Cool. So afterward, you find your way back to the inn, and you find everybody is kind of gathered for dinner, and once everybody gets together, the waitress comes over to the table, and you notice, first thing you notice is that you have a special table set aside for you. It's more roomy than you had in the morning, and while the place is still kind of full, it's kind of set off a bit to the side, and it's one of the nicer tables at the place. And once everybody kind of gets directed there and sits down, the waitress tells you that, well, due to actions of some of your members, your meals are free for the next several days, so don't worry about the payment. And so everybody kind of gets together, and he says, "Is there anything special you would like?"
Davros, I was hearing about the virtues of the Dismas special.
Yeah, you should ask for that.
The Christmas special?
The Dismas special.
What is the Dismas special? What?
Dismas is the name of the chef.
Oh. That sounds good. Yeah, I'll have that.
Very good. One Dismas special?
Unless
Let's
anyone
do
else wants it.
2.
I
Okay,
want to try
so you want one as well, Gizzard?
Yes.
All right, 2 Dismas specials. And the rest of you, I assume, a regular dinner meal?
That would be wonderful, yes.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
All right, I will return in a few moments. So she goes back, and some time passes, and eventually she brings out food. So the regular meals are similar to the previous night, except that now you have some sliced up fruit that looks like an orange. It's kind of been sliced up and spread on the plate, and then you have some. But this time you notice that the meat itself is a little different. It seems to be some sort of a wild animal, perhaps a wolf or something like that. And then you'll have some cheese and olives and bread as well as wine. And Darcy, when they bring out the food, they bring out a wine bottle for you, and then it's like we preemptively decided to provide you with what you've been ordering. Um, in addition, Tavros and Gizzard, the plate put in front of you has all the same fruits and stuff on it. The difference is your meat is this gray color. You have no idea what kind of meat it could be. The smell is even different. It smells like some combination of multiple animals, but it's hard to point it out.
Hmm. Interesting meat here. I like it.
And the
Like-
waitress whispers to you, the Dismas special, apparently for the next 3 days only, is mystery meat.
Oh, baby. Oh my god. I thought you guys didn't have mystery meat.
Well, we didn't. I don't know what came over him, but that's what I've been told.
Oh man, well. I cannot wait.
I'm excited.
All right, so the waitress goes away, and yeah, Tavros and Gizzard, I'm assuming you're gonna start chowing on the meat.
Oh yeah.
All right, so what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you both make a history check to try to see if you can figure out what it might be.
I know a lot about history.
Tavros,
Oh,
you have no idea. You've as soon as you pin down a flavor,
no.
you realize, nah, it can't be that. And Gizzard, you have less of an idea. I mean, it's pretty good, but it has a weird tang to it that isn't quite meat-like. But yet, it clearly is meat. So overall, it's interesting. It reminds you a lot of eating rat, but it isn't rat.
Is it
Gamey.
tasty?
Real gamey.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you both make Constitution saves.
Sounds
Oh no,
good.
the spices got in there.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so Tavros, it's not really a problem. You like it.
Oh.
Gizzard, it doesn't make you barf or anything, but it's not quite. There's something about it that's giving you a bit of an upset stomach.
Okay.
Everybody else, your meal is pretty tasty. The meat's obviously gamey, but it's well spiced and well cooked. And yeah, it is some sort of wolf kind of meat.
So, who do I have to thank for being so industrious and getting this set up?
I would credit the conglomerate.
Well, thank you, Conglomerate. It seems that you had a nice, relaxing day hunting, and we have free meals for the rest of our stay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
tip
It
a
was
glass.
Cyclonan's idea, so I can't take all the credit here.
Well, thank you too, Cyclonin.
Yes, I came up with the idea, and he did the stalking, the sneaking, the tracking, and most of the killing. I did everything else.
Very excellent idea to do this. Now we are set for the rest of our stay. And
Yeah.
as I said, I have another spell down for what we need to fight the Punk Pantheon, and I will finish my research tomorrow. At least the better necessities.
Then we can go ahead and move on. It is nice to experience a little bit of tranquility, but I feel restless.
All right, so you have a fairly relaxing meal. Gizzard, despite your upset stomach, the fruits and other elements seem to be fine for you, and you do have some wine to drink to kind of help you out as well. And Tavros, you're just having a good time with the meat and everything. There's really no problem. Though it is interesting that despite all the meats you've eaten, that you have such trouble pinpointing what this could be.
Yeah, truly.
All right. So after your meal, are you doing anything else for that night?
Like much
I'm-
the same as before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go up to your rooms. You have a nice night. Nothing really happens. So we'll go ahead and advance to the next day. So as you go downstairs, you get the same table. It seems to be set aside for you, and despite it still being pretty busy downstairs, you still have plenty of room to eat, and you get a breakfast delivered. It's basically kind of like a continental breakfast where it's just a little bit of meat, mostly cheese and bread, and wine, um, but all the different ingredients are good. Um, so do you guys do anything during breakfast?
I think I'm just gonna be lost in thought.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, Judge, you can go off and finish off your what you were working on.
All right.
And does anybody else do anything, or should we? Do you want to pass through the day, or is there something else you guys want to do during the day?
All I can think of is normal shenanigans.
Okay, fair enough. So you guys go and kind of look around. I'm sure there's some rolling and prancing involved, potentially some baths involved, and so on. Um,
Yeah.
and so yep. So we'll go ahead and advance through the time until dinner. So Judge, you got a last spell, correct?
Yeah, I needed to spend 2 hours to finish off the third spell that I bought yesterday, and now I have 6 hours.
You have 4 more
Minus
hours.
okay, 4 hours would give me 2 level 1s or 1 level 2 spell.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can pick one here real quick.
Sure. Okay, so yeah, you're figuring out what spell it is. In the meantime, everybody kind of gets together for dinner, and similarly, you get your table, and you get the same kind of wolf meat. And so Tavros and Gizzard, do you order the Dismas specials again?
Yeah.
I'll take the wolf meat this time.
You're gonna have the regular. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And that sits a lot better with you, Gizzard. You actually quite enjoy it.
Good.
Tavros, this time the meat, instead of being gray, it is more of a mix of brown and gold, and it seems to be stripes, almost like a zebra, but meat instead of fur.
Interesting.
And the smell this time is very strong and reminds you of meat that's been, um, kind of cured over a long time, or sorry, smoked for a long time. It has a very smoky smell. Um, but yeah, there's a tingy smell to it. And so as you eat it, um, it has a strange texture. It has an almost spongy texture one moment, kind of a hard texture the next, or smooth texture the next, and a meat texture, a third time. And so it's just the textures as you eat seem to change as you eat the different slices. Um, However, the kind of exotic flavors and do kind of mess with your palate a bit. So go ahead and give me a Constitution save.
Oh.
So with a 10, you as you're eating, you're realizing that you're sweating, and everybody else can see this as well, and your cheeks are warm. Do you wish to finish the meal?
I'll power through.
Okay, so you go ahead and power through, and you feel like your stomach is bloated, and you feel like you've had 3 meals at the same time. It's not necessarily bad. You're a little lightheaded and really really full.
What did I just eat?
You have actually go ahead and give me a history check.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a mystery, isn't it?
You haven't the fried idea. You think it might be meat. It's probably meat. All right, so yeah, you guys have a good meal. Do you guys talk about or do anything before you rest up for the evening?
I do call the server over and ask to extend my compliments to the chef for many fine meals.
She says, "Thank you. I will let him know."
Thank you.
And how was the special?
I think it was, let's just say, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Very good. So she heads off. Judge, did you manage to pick your spell or spells? It's gonna
Not
be
quite yet.
It's gonna be the same price either way. So go ahead and mark off the price if you haven't already.
Okay, I will do that.
You can take the donkey or you can take the tram. It is the same price.
Oh wait, is it the same price? Yeah, because it's per level. Yeah, it is the same price.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and pass the night. So finally, you guys wake up the next morning. The last, you've already stayed all your nights. You wake up and you get your last free meal. And Judge, you want to tell them what you got, or do you want to keep it as a surprise?
All right. Well, first off, we have some spells of deception. We have a spell known as non-detection, which will give us a small area that we can all hide in. And we cannot be detected, scryed, divination magic of any sort. We are perfectly hidden from being spied upon or anyone knowing our location. This is a very important spell, but the spell does cost 25 gold pieces worth of powdered diamond every time I cast it. So I did buy enough spell components to be able to cast this spell 12 times.
Wow.
Yeah. Magic is expensive. That is why I was asking if you guys could help me out, because I didn't know if I had enough to cover everything. The second spell I have is another spell of deception called Alter Self. And my third spell is, actually, I needed to talk to you guys. The third spell could possibly be a locate object, which will allow me to find things up to 1,000 feet away, or possibly an attack spell for myself if you think that would do the party the best good.
That one's kind of hard to say. I could see either of those being quite useful, but I think an attack spell might be better in this situation actually, because of what we
Does it-
have to do.
Does
in the
anybody
cave.
else have Does anybody else have access to locate object that can change their spells out on a more daily basis?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think so. I have to
Alright.
check. Though.
Okay, so you're thinking the attack spell would be best.
What is
I
the
look right
attack
now.
spell?
Agnar's Scorcher.
What does
Or
it do?
Shatter. Sure. Hold on a second. A line of roaring flame 5 feet wide eliminates from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw or take 3d8 fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one. It is 30 feet long, so it's like a small dragon's breath of fire. The other one is Shatter, which I believe you are familiar with, Miss Darcy. And the other possibility could be a Blur, which is basically more armor for me.
The terminology in these arcane tomes is quite odd.
It is arcane terminology. I apologize. I have not tried to translate it into a more common tongue.
The small fire breath, as you call it, does sound very useful. Especially since we've been in tunnels a lot lately.
Yeah. Did you
Yes.
say that the Scorcher was 30 feet in a line, or was it a 30-foot cone? Oh, okay.
It's a 30-foot line, 5 feet wide, so it's like a jet, a beam, and everything within that beam. So if there's 20 people all standing in a line, I can hit all of them.
Yeah, in general, cones have less range. Lines are more focused and have longer range.
Mm-hmm.
So the party thinks that would be the best third spell to close off our research and
Yeah,
to be
I
fighting the
so.
Pantheon.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. I was a little bit torn there, not knowing what I thought the party would. It's good that we all agree, so we can try and coordinate and organize ourselves, so we can work as a team.
Yeah. Although at some point, locate object or locate person could be pretty useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought of that one as well. They were both second level spells that I could have gotten, and I didn't know exactly which to do. But okay. Locate object will be on my to-do list for later. But for now, we have some spells that can help all of us combat the Pantheon. Some deceptive spells and a new attacking spell. Oh, I know let me move over to my inventory. Hold on a second. Okay, I need a calculator. Why? Because I'm dumb. Okay. Let's see. Tavros, Gizzard, Conglomerate, and Darcy. So that's 4. That's 3. 2.5. I'll just do 3 then. Okay, so each of you 4, I will give you each 3 more Mithna, gold Mithna, for because you gave me 10 gold Mithna each. I'm giving you back what wasn't immediately spent. Most of that went to spell components. 3 gold Mithna.
Okay.
So basically, all of you have helped me with 7 gold Mithna apiece to get all those spells and stuff.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. All right, so that's subtracted from my gold. Did everybody else put the 3 gold Mithna back on theirs?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
And again, thank you so much for giving me the extra monies in case it costs more than I had thought.
Yeah. I'm not one that spends a lot of money anyway.
Well, the arcane is very expensive. Excellent.
All right. So yeah, you guys finish your meal. Is there anything you wish to do or talk about before you leave?
Hmm.
Well,
Well, I am definitely impatient to get on the road.
yes, on the road. We
Oh, on
will
the
be
road
going.
again.
We are
Oh,
going to be
yeah.
going to where we are going to be going to where Cyclonen wishes to seek something. Yes.
Yes.
We do not necessarily wish poor Sebastian to be in such peril right away. And then I'll go ahead and say in Celestial, do we see if he can stay here with the Oracle, or do we leave him at one of the watchtowers? I don't think it is best to take him back to Cepezos with his uncle, because that is exactly where the Pantheon would come looking for us. So that might very well be putting him in harm's way. So
Yeah.
perhaps having him stay somewhere where the other Pantheon would not necessarily think to look is a good idea, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how happy his family will be though if we keep him away for that long.
It's only a few days. It should not be very long.
Oh.
Maybe a week or two.
A week?
Well, travel time there and back. I'm thinking like the whole time. Plus
Well,
adventuring time in the Underdark.
does he have the funds to stay on his own for a week? Also, will he stay for that long? It is not just a few days. He could become
You-
impatient. We could have a delay. He'd become antsy and wander off.
It's just a suggestion. These are my thoughts on it, but everybody must have their input, and I do believe you, Darcy, would have the final say regardless. Is he not for your following?
He is. And I don't think he would be as comfortable staying in a place where he'd have to, one, constantly fund it, and two, doesn't really have anyone he has any familiarities with. I think it's
But then,
best if he goes back to his home. There are guards there, not only of his house, but the whole city. Much harder to attack than, say, a small little outpost.
okay, that is a good point, if that is what you wished. It was just my counsel for placing him somewhere where he would stay hidden. However, considering how his stay with his uncle went last time, I didn't know if he would be overly eager to go back there to be under a more authoritative figure. I'm sure he does not look forward to more fencing lessons.
We spoke of it briefly, and he seemed to want to stay with his uncle if we were going back that way. Which reminds me, he knows that we are creatures. He has seen me. He's finally, with the help of some encouraging hints, figured out what Cyclonen is, and we have revealed that those other creatures he saw earlier was Taros in Conglomerate. He hasn't seen Gizzard yet, or yourself.
Well, still, that's excellent. You got that all accomplished, and he's not a nervous wreck trying to eat every loaf of bread. That's amazing. Perfect. Okay.
He did
If
try
you
to eat
feel-
bread afterwards.
Well, but it apparently did not last too long. This is good. So, if you feel going back to Cepezos for him is a good idea, fine. I just thought maybe a more hidden location, just because of his personal importance to you. But
I
yeah,
agree
we can do
that
We'll drop
Cepezos
him.
would be best.
Okay. Just figured I would bring all different directions or ideas into discussion first. All right, so we will leave here. We'll hit the watchtower, go back to Cepezos. From Cepezos, we will take our special route down into the Underdark and see if we can find what Cyclonin is looking for.
Yeah, I like it.
And we'll set out on that journey next session because that'll be the.
Hold
end.
on, I've got a little bit to add to this
Oh, go
here.
ahead.
All right, so and all this was going on in Celestial, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
said it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, I did.
Okay, so I'm switching over to common. So, Sebastian, it is settled. We are going to take you back to stay with your uncle while we go ahead and go on our quest. We are planning to go to the Cleft. This is kind of to the south of this place. We are going to explore the caves and find what it is that we seek. Once we have found what we're looking for, we will come back to you.
Sneaky.
No, it's okay. That sounds good to me. I'll just stay with my uncle until you're done. Hopefully, hopefully it's not too hard for you. Everybody comes back.
I hope so as well.
All right.
Anything else?
I think now we can close it out.
All right. So that'll be end of the session. Next session, you'll be ready to leave. You'll all be all packed up and can start your journey.